the one who gives you strength, and I will uphold you by my hand.
Oh yes, I am the Lord, the one that keepeth thee. I took you from the ends of the earth, from its farthest corners. I called you, I said, you are my servant. I have chosen you and have not rejected you. So do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. Beautiful assurance from the Lord God Almighty to his people. Not be afraid, because he is with you. And oh, Frank Tego, Perez music, putting it in beautiful harmony. Anytime you are down, jump onto this assurance, Isaiah 41:10. So do not be afraid, do not fear, for I am with you. Do not be dismayed, for I am your God. I will strengthen you and help you. I will uphold you with my righteous right hand. What an assurance. Tie osi insuru na menu na wo ho. Emma wakumantu na menu nyankopon. Mese woding na meboa. Enso medimetre ne senifa beso mu. Magavon, that is the message. Vovon Malio. That's the message for you this morning. On a Friday, 22nd August 2025. It's 29 after 6. Welcome to 97.3 Citi FM. My name is Caleb Kuda. So what's your deepest fear? For some people, it's the fear of missing out. For others, it's the fear of failing. And to many, it's the fear of being betrayed, standing alone, walking alone. When you take decisions together, suddenly when it's time to justify that decision, when it's time to walk down that decision, then everyone has left you behind. The message for you is do not fear. Let me share this one with you. It's a popular one we used to abuse when we were in university. Marianne Williamson, A Return to Love, Reflections on the on the Principles of a Course in Miracles. It's quite simple. It says, our deepest fear is not that we are inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is our light, not our darkness, that most frightens us. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You're a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people won't feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it's in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. So do not fear. That's the message for you this morning. Preparation is one thing that will help you to overcome your fear. And what if the doors you are scared will be shut in your face actually are open to you? What if the faces you are afraid will be frowned towards you, smile and open its arms towards you? So go out and shine. That's the message for you this morning. We call it Business Sense. My name is Caleb. Welcome to the show. 0549-986-996. It's an interactive show, so join us on WhatsApp. Let's get it on. Business Sense is brought to you by Access Bank. Certainly more than banking. We're jumping into the news review.
The one who keeps thee, the one who gives you strength, and I will uphold you by my hand.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
About that bullfruit, about that too bad. Unleashing the power of red radio. About that
This is Citi 97.1.
I run out so dija, and you will you bed him from my sampa. It's all about the buff magician of the herd. Inky Kemu, baby, Abo Fraba. Get it, huh? I can't stand it, Muntumijina. I feel good, Menya Wonka. Austin, the good God, Yami Papa. Hey, about a sex machine. I don't know, Surukude, now Warren, sex machine. I don't know, Surukude, now Warren.
Oh, yeah. Fidelity Bank is bringing us news review, and Warren is back and it's bigger. The Sika Boom Reloaded promo is here to reward your savings with life-changing cash prizes. We deposit and maintain 500 cedis or more in our Fidelity account, and you could win up to 100,000 Ghana cedis in our grand draw. With every 500 Ghana cedi deposits grows, you stand a chance to win 5,000 Ghana cedis in a monthly draw. So if you don't have an account, open one, save smart, earn points, and win big. Fidelity Bank is here for your journey. Sika Boom style. There's a promo that's on the NLS Caritas platform. T's and C's apply. This is the kind of song you want on a Friday morning, isn't it?
Yeah. Yeah.
Baby, I won't
Yes, you know. It's genuinely ambulance.
Oh man, what will we do without Kakras people? You know.
Oh, see there.
Good girl. No, that's Nyame Papa.
Nyame Papa.
Yeah.
That one is the old baby. Charlie, no, on that note, let me say a happy birthday to a big man within the academic space.
Okay.
He's a big man.
Tell me.
Yeah, from one of the 36 states of the Anglo, area. Of the Volta region. Over Anglo Kuchaklolo, Nakachi, the Kano maybe. You know what that means?
What does that mean?
Only one firewood. He did the Junofi inside, he did the cool pot inside,
Yes.
whatever they use to cook your food.
Yes.
One firewood, but they cook for do.
Oh,
You understand?
I see.
So let me say happy birthday to Amaga Metichi Togiga Duaga, Dr. Tim Koshiga. Hey, today is your birthday, and we are celebrating you as one of the finest brains ever produced by the Republic of Ghana.
Wonderful.
Ever produced by Anglodua. Tagba mienyiba miedemudo alebe na yingogbonami na nye karinami na bia kloro na bia detefetefu wala bevie ko mauna ira
amen
ko banava agbetinava.
Okay. on that Ambule note, let me also say good morning to the people of Abakrampa and Ejumako.
Okay.
So those two are my hometowns.
No one's smiling. Daily graphic this morning.
Okay, so I'll start with the daily graphic and cover stories. Shattaband released 5 million Ghana cedi bond to sureties. Funds besiege Ioko precincts. Also, JCGL Housing Fair August 28 to 30 to tackle eco-friendly housing. 2.5 million Ghana cedis up for grabs. That's the third luckiest seasonal draw launched. And on the sad note, mourners flood 1 week observance of Nana Kunedu Yadom III. Funeral rites slated for September 14 to 18.
Let me take you to the news center. The big story talks about the Ghana card and its impact. Ghana card impact. World Bank lauds MOFA's use of the card to track fair farm inputs distribution to 655,000 farmers. Also, system curbs smuggling and ensures supplies reach intended farmers. Also on the front page this morning, Japan and Ghana open new trade infrastructure investment ties. The president is here in a warm embrace, a handshake actually, with the Prime Minister of Japan. How $4 million scam, fast cars and fame snag Shatawale. And Shatawale is here on the front page. Government moves to tackle Kumasi floods. We brought you this story from the Ministry of Housing and Sanitation yesterday. And Adidoma Chief introduces health kiosks to fight NCDs, which are non-communicable diseases. It's a beautiful one. That's a great initiative. We want to see that from our chiefs.
Good one.
Okay, I'll take you now to the Business and Financial Times. Importers and Exporters Association pays courtesy call on BOG governor. Also, high interest rates threaten private sector despite CD gains. That's according to Professor Bobkin. Details on page 3. And IFS advocates shift to production sharing in extractives. Also, GRA adopts collaborative approach to boost revenue collection.
I take you to the Inquisitor for this morning. Exposed Fifi in Gendarme. As Cocoa Board deflates lies. That's what the paper is claiming. Also on the front page this morning, Kweku Morte chairs Gold Board Tribunal. NAPO calls for fairness and integrity in politics. An MPA, we are told, is readying itself for 24-hour economy in downstream petroleum sector. Again, this story brought to you yesterday or a couple of days ago.
Yes, that story is also captured on the front page of the Herald. That's the NPA story. But other stories, Ghana, Nigeria bust cross-border human trafficking syndicate. 8 suspects arrested, 49 victims rescued in Abuja and Uyo. Also, Majority Chief Whip exposes GBA's hidden dagger against Mahama. That's according to the Herald. And polls puts Baumia at 52%. Ejepon trails with 17%. Achampong, Educhum, others struggle. And Mahama urges bold reforms to attract investment at TICAD 9.
I take you to the Informer. Akwetia by-election. We are red-eyed.
We are red-eyed.
IGP warns troublemakers. He's here on the front page together with the General Secretary of the MPP and that of the NDC, my good friend Fifi Fiavi Kwete. Also on the front page, media, police are partners. As DGA calls for an end to attacks on journalists.
Yes.
And if you go further up there, we're told Africa needs strategic allies, not aid. Former President of South Africa, Jacob Zuma, is quoted here saying, and Mahama urges reforms to woo investors to help this country.
Right.
And finally, if you go to the Ghanaian Point, Africa's growing youth taking time bomb without jobs. President Mahama quoted here as saying, also, Afenyo marking raises alarm over prolonged water shortage affecting his municipality.
Prolonged water shortage.
Yeah. Prolonged water shortage, water shortage. Yeah, looks like the GWCL people have turned off the taps there and he's complaining. And traders group urges government to procure new presidential jet.
Okay.
Why the traders would they be using the presidential jet to buy something? Anyway, so those are the papers for me.
Right, let me take you online very quickly. If you go to channel1newsonline.com, Samuel Nate George is here. Suspend crackdown on unlicensed delivery riders. He is directing. He's the Minister for Communication, Digital and allied, sectors. Due diligence key in property deals. This is a lawyer warning celebrities. Poor Viafi Amfueta road cripples Amfueta, yes. Cripples farming, threatens food security. So they're talking about road network here. Replace Ghana's aging military fleet. This has been Duri MP, and the Ghana registered nurses and midwives are demanding the arrest of the suspect in Ridge Hospital attack. Akufo-Addo Opoku-Agyeman joined Otumfuo to mark Asante Hima's 1 week observance. And Sky, Katie Amodioman was on the radio this morning.
Okay.
And he's appealing the 60,000 court fine.
Okay.
And he's also saying that he's not retiring anytime soon.
Okay.
Yes, except that the voice, we couldn't hear him more clearly when we listened. But yeah, Katie Hammond is speaking out this time again. If you go to citynewsroom.com, Ghana secures $100 million to drive AI-powered agricultural transformation. You know, the president and his entourage are in Japan trying to get the attention of some investors. And Justine Kodua Frimpong leads...
Justine, or is it Justin?
Justin Kodua Frimpong.
That would make her a woman.
I'm sorry. Justin Kodua Frimpong leads NPP General Secretary race. Global Info Analytics is saying here, I have not completely retired. This is Katie Hammond. AGI charges GRA other agencies to clamp down on illegally imported goods. Sam George holds crackdown on unlicensed delivery rights. I'm confident in IGP security assurances for Akotia by-election. This is Binduri MP once again. Shatawale released from Iyoko custody. That story is here. If you go to my journal line, Japanese business to invest $100 million into Ghana to make Ghana Africa's first AI-powered agriculture hub. Clearing goods at the ports not affected by Ghana car dispute. This is the GRA boss. And we are told Tema Port goes 24/7 as importers can now clear goods even at 2 a.m. Baumia opens commanding lead in MPP race with 52% support. Global Info Analytics polls indicating nursing and midwifery licensing exams postponed to September the 4th. If you go to the High Street Journal, misguided Forex directive, why BOG's policy risks doing more harm than good. MTN Momo outage stalls payments in some parts of Ghana. Yeah, yesterday I couldn't make payments with my Momo.
Okay.
Yeah, and we are told that it's an outage that went around some parts of the country. We'll look into that. Accra Tema railway closure to disrupt commuters and businesses as Tema Port remains critical gateway for export. Ghana faces billion-dollar debt peaks ahead. Could the payments be eased with lessons from Kenya? There's a big story here. Another refreshing one though is Maflix Trust breathes new life into idle irrigation facility, empowers youth in agri-business. Then if you go to CNN, the war grinds on with no end in sight as Russia steps up its attack a week after the US president met with Putin. So there doesn't seem to be an end in sight anytime soon. Trump's Ukraine peace effort is faltering, CNN is reporting. And Ghanaian music star Shatawale detained over Lamborghini purchase. This is BBC. Of course, the update is that he has been released on bail. Sudan's army denies bombing convoy taking aid to famine-hit area. So we can get into the details of the headlines now.
I think Kakra can take off with the story on
Shatawale. Yes. So, which was on the front page of the Daily Graphic. And they've got paragraphs, so I'll just skim through them. His lawyer, that's Cephas Boyo, told Daily Graphic, following his client's release, that Shatawale was released after a prayer for Iyoko to vary the 10 million Ghana cedi bail. Consequently, the investigative body reduced the initial bail bond from 10 million Ghana cedis with 2 sureties to be justified to 5 million Ghana cedis with 2 sureties and no justification. He said that his client is expected to report to Iyoko 3 times every week until investigations into the case had been completed. Earlier, scores of fans riding motorbikes blocked the Independence Link, the main road leading to the Iyoko office, causing significant traffic congestion, with some threatening to use their teeth to tear the Iyoko walls and cells if Shatawale was not released. The explanation coming from Iyoko in their statement that they issued indicated that the investigation was part of a larger one, which is being conducted by the Federal Bureau of Investigation, FBI, in the United States, to unravel and recover proceeds of the said $4 million crime to be used as restitution following a request from the FBI and the U.S. Justice Department for Yoko to track the vehicle and conduct local investigations in respect of uncovering possible conspirators in Ghana. Yoko began looking for the vehicle until it was identified and seized in or around May this year in possession of one Charles Ni Ama Mensah. And that's a quote from the Yoko statement.
Well, just to draw your attention to a similar story on the front page of the News Center, somewhere in there, which talks about how $4 million scam, fast cars fame snags Shattaband. They say that Lamborghini retailing at over $200,000 in the US is a statement vehicle reserved for the wealthy elite. Now, for Shattaband, flaunting such a car fits his image as a king of wealth and power in the entertainment world. But in this case, the same luxury symbol that elevated his status has become the source of his greatest reputational risk. And well, the latest is that he's been released.
Yes,
he's gone home. But I think the point has to be made about the irresponsibility we continue to see from people who, for some reason, believe that they support one person or the other. It is happening in the political circles, and now we're seeing the same thing happen to, so-called showbiz icons. We cannot continue that. All the things they did there yesterday amounted to unlawful assembly. Ideally, the police should have arrested as many as they can.
Oh, the Shatta movement?
Yes, of course. And it should happen in the case of politicians. If a person is arrested, there are lawful procedures to engage in order to secure bail for the person. This idea of storming the place, blocking traffic, insulting people, attacking people, threatening drivers is completely unacceptable. And we should not encourage it. It should not happen when it involves a politician. It should not happen when it involves an individual. And it should not happen when it involves a showbiz icon or whatever we call them.
Well
it is unacceptable.
Well noted. And due diligence key in property deals. Lawyer warns celebrities. Juliana Odame Asari writes on Channel 1 News Online.com. Lawyer and music executives Philip Kojo Champon has advised celebrities and public figures to exercise greater caution and conduct thorough due diligence before acquiring properties of high value assets. His comments follow the ongoing controversy surrounding dancehall artist Shattaband's Lamborghini vehicle, which is under investigation by the Yoko over alleged tax compliance issues and ownership. Shatta is alleged to have said, is reported to have said that he bought the vehicle on the streets and that he doesn't know the owner and all of that. So the lawyer and music executive Philip Kojo Echampo is asking for more due diligence to be done in the purchase of such high valued items.
Okay, so let me tell you about the Asante Hema's 1 week observance, 5-day funeral rites slated for September 14 to 18. Now, the Daily Graphic is reporting that the final funeral rites of Nana Kunedu Yadom III, the 14th Asante Hema, will be held between September 14 and 18 this year. Announcing the dates for the 5-day funeral to climax the 1 week observance held at Bojare at Menshia Palace yesterday, the Asante Hene Otumfo Setutu II said from September 1, 2025, there would be a ban on all funerals until the Asante Hema's funeral was over. He said on Sunday, September 14, the Asante Hema would lie in state. The following day, Asante Man would be given the opportunity to file past Nana Yadom III. And on Tuesday and Wednesday, Otumfo will sit in state to receive dignitaries and delegations. Exactly 1 p.m. on Thursday, September 18, there would be a burial service for the Asante Hema at Menshia Palace, following which the Asante Hema would be laid to rest. On the burial day, all shops will be closed. And that's some quick announcement.
Okay, well, let me take you to the, the Inquisitor, because there's a story that updates us on the situation with the Ofanko Road.
Yeah.
And the story is quoting my good friend, the Deputy Minister for Roads and Highways, Suhini Al-Hassan as having updated us. So the story is on page 4 of the Inquisitor, and it says the Deputy Minister of Roads and Highways, Al-Hassan Suhini, has given an assurance that some significant improvement will be witnessed on the highly deteriorated 33.4 kilometer of Fankopo-Kwasi and Saom stretch of the N6 before the end of this year. Now, this assurance follows significant payment of funds the government is said to have made to the contractor who moved away from the site and abandoned construction due to alleged non-payment of funds by the previous administration. Now, as a result of the current arrangements put in place by the government, he expressed the hope that the project completion could be as scheduled, saying, quote and unquote, "We are very confident that it will now be within schedule." Suhini made this known when he appeared before the Public Accounts Committee in Parliament to answer questions on the way forward on the poor state of that particular road.
There are a number of stories
And
on
still
roads
on
in
roads,
graphic,
yes,
right?
on the back page of the Daily Graphic, motorists express concern over stalled Accra Tema Beach Road project. And it reads, motorists who ply the Accra Tema Beach Road have expressed concern over the prolonged delay in completing the project, which has now stalled for over 3 years. They said the bad nature of portions on the road made driving difficult, resulting in loss of productive hours and distraction to their part. Now, a driver the paper spoke to said most affected portions include the stretch from Krowa Assembly Office through Royal Ravico along the bridge to the Cantamanto area, where he always prays that a truck does not slip and fall on his car. Now, the Teshi Mobile Junction area is another major concern for motorists who must contend not only with heavy trucks but also with unyielding pedestrians. Driving from La Scala to the junction is even more challenging, as motorists often find themselves in long queues hoping that no vehicle breaks down ahead of them. And residents of Nungwa interchange projects have expressed frustration because construction has come to a standstill. Also, portions of the stretch from First Junction to Junction Mall have been transformed into makeshift structures, with both residents and vendors occupying the area to sell their goods.
That's serious. There's another story here in graphic published, written by a student journalist at Unimark, and it talks about the state of the Peshi Bridge. See that small bridge? They were supposed to expand it. It's never really been done. It's become a major bottleneck on that Bush Road stretch. And I think that the attention of authorities needs to be drawn to that particular stretch. It must be fixed quickly, especially when you are driving that road to towards Osu thereabout. It's still very, very bad. Some short portion that has been left undone needs attention. This is where the hospital, the one that was brought down, is. That stretch is a very bad situation. Got to be done as soon as possible.
Sure. Let me tell you about another social story. If you go to page 6 of the news center, Safe Water Network commissions, or actually inaugurates or opens $800,000 Asikuma water sanitation. Now, the story says the Safe Water Network has opened a state-of-the-art, what is the state-of-the-art? $800,000 home water sanitation in Asikuma, Esojaman district, bringing safe and clean as well as reliable water to more than 3,000 residents. Now, the facility, one of Ghana's most advanced, is a community water system, and it is expected to transform the lives of people by ensuring sustainable access to potable water for households, schools, health centers, and businesses in the town. Now, with over 400 households now connected to water through prepaid meters integrated with mobile money, the Sukuma station represents a major milestone in the fight against unsafe water consumption and the diseases that often are associated with bad water. Well, let me just urge the association, this group, Safe Water Network, that my people in the Sava, Nyako, Kung, and related communities in the Keta district,
they also need water
of the Volta region, also are struggling with water. And we need all the support that we can get to be able to deal with their water problem. It's important.
So, 2 dead, 6 injured in accident on Bwepe Kintampo Highway. 2 people have been confirmed dead and 6 others injured in a road crash that happened at mile 40 on the Buepek and Champo Highway on Wednesday, August 20, 2025. Speaking to Citi News on Thursday, August 21, DO2 Salisu M. Siribiani, the public relations officer for the Savannah Regional Ghana National Fire Service, said the crash involved a Kia truck with registration number AF 512325. The truck, which was loaded with granules and carrying 8 passengers, veered off the road. An empty trailer, also heading in the same direction from Bolgatanga to Accra, was involved in the collision. According to eyewitnesses, the trailer registration number provided, which was traveling from Bolgatanga to Kumasi, attempted to overtake the truck, leading to the accident.
Oh my word!
Very
an
sad
accident
situation.
or a crash?
It's a crash.
The right word.
It's a crash, Sky. It is a crash, and that's a sad and unfortunate situation. Now, the Ghana Registered Nurses and Midwives Association are pressing the police, demanding to intensify efforts in arresting Ralph St. Williams and his accomplices following recent attack at the Greater Accra Regional Hospital on Sunday, August 17.
Is it that difficult to find the guy?
I don't even
The
understand.
man has been doing what do you call it, video something
Live.
on live, whatever
on
they call
social
it,
media.
and we can't find him.
Something else.
Oh, Asemo.
It's something.
And they've not put a bounty or something.
No,
how do they call it? That thing they announce, no, so that you present yourself or
The
something.
minister said, "Did you want me to sack him when he opened his hands to hug me?"
Asemo.
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation.
Sika boom. Fidelity Bank say save and win. Muntio. Sika boom. Just deposit and begin. Sika every 500 CDs you keep for a month, you get 1 point all at once. More deposits, gets more points in. More points, more cash you feel with. How many points? 1 point every 500 CDs. What if you win? 5,000 CDs monthly. And the grand prize? Hey! 100,000 Ghana CDs.
Don't wait. Visit any Fidelity branch or agent nationwide to deposit in multiples of 500 CDs. The more you deposit, the better your chances to win 5,000 CDs monthly and 100,000 CDs in the grand draw. Terms and conditions apply. Win with us. Fidelity Bank, believe with us.
Sika boom.
This is an NLA approved promo, now running on the Caritas Lottery platform.
Oh, jump on now. Go. Google me. At what time will you come back where I don't hear the sound of your car? Why you buy new car? No, I don't change my car. It be the same, right? It be the fuel way I change. Way one shouts it. Ever since I started using the all-new Excellium Premium Fuel, fortified with 3-in-1 action. Oh, Joe, now my car they run like electric car. No, it's so. This is the type of fuel where they want to. Cause now engine they cost. Where they want for way if I buy it, it go protect my engine. And with the small way I buy, I'll go drive, sir. Absolutely. It's like strapping a turbocharger to your engine and giving it a protector. And what they bust my mind, Seth, be the 3-in-1 action, no? Excellium, they prevent up to 99% of deposit. It be anti-wear, some be anti-corrosion. Won't pay when I open there. Hey, so where can I find this magical fuel? Just head over to any Total Energy service station and your car will thank you. Hey, they make a finish my gobe fast, then rush go Total Energies. My friend, but why your hand my gobe inside? I give you info. Make a fill the gobe too small. Go. Excellium is designed to protect your car engine, decrease fuel consumption, and lower CO2 emissions. Don't say fuel, say Excellium. Choose Excellium, choose quality.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
It's time for the breakfast edition of the City Business News, brought to you by EcoBank and MTN. A fine gentleman from Osu has joined us in the studio. David Nilate, good morning to you.
Good morning, Caleb. This is the Friday edition of the breakfast edition of City Business News. The bulletin is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. I am Ni Latte. Let's get straight into our stories now. And government has ordered an immediate suspension of the clampdown on unlicensed courier operators by the Postal and Courier Services Regulatory Commission and the Ghana Police Service. Communications, Digital Technology and Innovation Minister Samuel Nati George says this is to create room for wider stakeholder consultations and public education Before full enforcement begins, the directive follows the arrest of about 150 unlicensed delivery riders in Accra. Daniel Odru-Mensah has the rest of the story.
The Commission noted that many of those arrested were operating through ride-hailing platforms without properly registering their vehicles. Others were running independent delivery services without the required licenses. The Commission added that operators were given a 2-month grace period to comply, but dozens failed to meet the deadline. The Commission's Public Relations and Consumer Manager, Edwin Yeboah-Begerson, cautioned that courier businesses without licenses are illegal and risk sanctions.
It is criminal to offer delivery services without license issued by the Commission, and that is punishable either by a fine, a term of imprisonment, or both, depending on what the court finds out. So it behoves all of us, both businesses who are licensed and individuals who intend to enter into this space, to find out exactly what the law requires of them.
Some of the arrested operators voiced frustration, blaming their ride-hailing platforms for failing to assist with the licensing process and citing high cost as a barrier.
I'm doing this, I'm paying for the company, and the company will give me order to do. So how come you are arresting me and you will leave the company? If they have registered here, what they said is the company have their own bike and they have registered their bikes. So we, the third party, we are working for them. Our bikes is not in, but because before you fill the forms, they will tell you that you should mention your motor number, your license, and everything.
All the careers, I don't think people will come after us. You see that thing, yeah. So as I came here, the guy was saying that young people will come and they will tell them that there are only 15 riders. But if they come into the town, they see, plenty riders in the town inside. You see, hey, that's the way they worry us. So when they will find ways and ways they will solve all this problem. That way me and they watch. Yeah.
You heard a frustrated courier operator, Daniel Laye, ending that report filed by Citi Business News' Daniel Odru-Mensah. Now, the Association of Ghana Industries is taking steps to engage government over proposals to scrap the minimum capital requirement for foreign investors under the ongoing review of the Ghana Investment Promotion Center Act. AGI says while local firms welcome partnerships to expand on the back of recent macroeconomic gains, clarity is needed on how the policy shift will affect domestic businesses. Seth Chum Akwabwa is CEO of the association.
As a country, we are still having infant industries. If you look at the Dubais and the rest, they started with some measures that require some level of local content to enable them attract investment, but at the same time give some level of equity to the indigents. Now today they scrapped most of those things. So when you are starting to develop a certain critical sectors of the economy, you need that kind of arrangement that brings the indigents into it. So I think that a partnership between foreign direct investment and local investors will be very important. And for that reason, in our engagement previously with the government at the time, we discussed some of these things. So I believe that this will also be discussed with the current government. And so when we will have further engagement, and I believe that it will be put in the proper context and everybody will understand what they really meant.
That was AGI Chief Executive Officer Seth Chum Akwabwa. Finally, government has announced a $100 million investment to transform Ghana into an AI-powered agricultural hub over the next 4 years. The funding from Degas Limited in Japan builds on its work with more than 85,000 smallholder farmers across over 120,000 acres and a 95% repayment rate. The project is expected to double farm income, strengthen value chains, and enhance food security. In a post, President John Dramani Mahama said AI tools such as satellite monitoring and precision farming will also create thousands of jobs for young people. Before I go, let me take you to the forex market. The dollar is trading at 11 cedis 85 pesos, whereas the British pound could be retailed to you at 15 cedis 90 pesos, that of the euro at 13 cedis 80 pesos, and these are rates from forex bureaus and not the Bank of Ghana's interbank rate. That's it for the breakfast edition of Citi Business News. The bulletin is brought to you by MTN and EcoBank. Coming up next is the Citi Business Edition. Many thanks for listening. I am Neela Tilati. Do have a good business day.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Ah, Ma, have you received the delivery?
See on the rider's bay. Send in the momo.
Okay, star 176.
Ah, Paul, don't you use a smartphone? Use the momo app, ne?
Huh? Aba app.
Hey, I want to say a millennium, say millennial. Inim. Oh, millennium for ya nyaze. Switch to the app. Oh, you're smart. And oh, you're secure.
Enter a world of possibilities with the Momo app. Pay your favorite merchant, pay utility bills, and borrow from our wide range of lending services. Move to the app side today. MTN.
Join the conversation on the Citi Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/Citi97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/Citi973, and Instagram at instagram.com/Citi973 with the hashtag CitiCBS.
The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
8:57 Friday morning. Business edition coming your way shortly. We're talking about tax exemptions and how we can use these to drive industrial transformation. More of that coming up shortly. Excerpts from the 2025 annual International Tax Conference. Bringing you that conversation in a bit. But isn't it just amazing how the world is ever changing and evolving? Fascinating to think about what the next big thing could be. Today's AI, tomorrow who knows? A lot has changed, and so has EcoBank. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has pioneered a range of digital-first banking solutions designed for the way we live today. From the mobile app, EcoBank Pay, and express points across the country, EcoBank is right where you are. EcoBank is the Pan-African Bank. And to the boss lady out there, go get a planner, do it all woman, building your business one bold step at a time. MTN sees you, we are cheering you every step of the way. That's why we've created MTN Ejumapa just for you. More than a bundle is your new business bestie. Special data call bundles helps you stay connected to your customers, suppliers, and everything that helps your hustle grow. There is more. There is. MTN Ejumapa also comes with insurance benefits to help protect the business you've worked so hard to build. It's time to scale up, level up, and shine brighter than ever. Dial star 5060 hash now. Grab your Ejumapa bundle. Let's get to work on your success story together. MTN Ejumapa, powering women in business. And now, how do you want your engine to feel today? Confident, protected, ready to perform. Now let's talk about Shell V-Power. Dynaflex technology is specially formulated to clean and protect your engine, giving it the boost it needs. That's what you get when you go for Shell V-Power. It's designed to remove performance-robbing deposits so your engine performs at its best. So feel unbeatable because the best choice feels just right. Shell, go well. You deserve financial peace, my friend. This Friday, Tale, if your finances are good, you'll be smiling, sir. Life comes with financial challenges, but with Shell, you don't have to face them alone. Whether it's education, rent, unexpected expenses, we've got the right loan to meet your needs at the right time. Just call or WhatsApp now on 02700 4799. 02700 4799. T's and C's apply. Let shareholders improve life. As the rains are on, some do not have water for household use and commercial use. Don't let that be your story. Go for Polytank, #1 water storage tank in the country. They've been here for 3 decades. They're trusted by all generations. So make no mistakes, my friends. Always choose Polytank for guaranteed quality. No matter the size, durability is always assured. And if you go to a Polytank partner shop across the country, you have it at the same price. So go for the original. Always the best. We do not request for Momo payments online, by the way. So who do we have on the City Business Edition today? We have the immediate past director of ISE, Professor Peter Korte. We have a tax analyst, Francis Tumoboy, and the vice president-elect of the institute, that is the Chartered Institute of Taxation, Fred Kwashi Awute, and together they explore some bold proposals to strengthen revenue and unlock economic growth, not just for Ghana but for Africa as well. But before we get into the panel discussion, you hear the concluding part of Professor Peter Korte's thought-provoking presentation that sets the stage for the panel. It's packed, it's educative, it's engaging. Let's dig in. Enjoy.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Please wait. Please wait. Please wait until I get my new car. Please wait until I find my real size. I'm gonna get me some love, somebody. My girl, sweet girl, my girl. I can see
in our quest to align progressive business policies with innovative tax incentives that will attract investment while fostering domestic capacity building and knowledge transfer, there are things we need to do. We must prioritize creating integrated policy frameworks, not scattered frameworks or policies. Some of the policies compete each other, some don't harmonize, and we need to look at that. So we are able to compete globally, attract FDI, and also develop local entrepreneurship, develop skills, technological capabilities, ensure sustainable, inclusive growth that benefits all its citizens, benefits all our citizens. We need to also promote special voluntary disclosure programs. If voluntarily I disclose that this is how much money I make, DRE, you don't know, but I come and tell you, look, this is how much I am making, I won't be paid tax. There should be some incentive, something to encourage. You don't tell me I'm going to calculate from since you started and then apply interest rate and all those fanciful things the tax people like to do. Allow people to come out, and there are people out there, genuine people out there who want to disclose, but they are afraid that if they disclose, they might have to pay or sell their business to pay tax that they owe. So please, let's encourage that. Optimizing domestic revenue mobilization through broadening of the tax base. I think we all know we need to broaden the tax base. Our informal sector forms over 80% of our economy. If you don't broaden the tax base, we'll overburden the same people, compliance becomes difficult, and then we'll have issues with compliance and collection. Increase non-tax revenue collection as well, and then adopting enhanced tax compliance measures. I believe the GRA is working on this. And then modernizing of tax administration through digital technology. I'm still wondering why, up to date, we are not doing so well with property rates. There are a lot of beautiful, very expensive properties in Accra, for instance. But I don't think we are raising much. If you look at how much you get from property rates, it is woefully inadequate. Let's roll out digital technology. And I understand the law is being passed to make it work, but it's taking too long for us to do this. Business regulatory reforms are also quite important. Compliance costs boost private sector investment to boost growth. The need for structural change, reforms such as creating a one-stop registry for businesses. I think we are moving in the right direction when it comes to registry of businesses. But again, from the 2024 score, when the World Bank Business Ready, tells us we still have some way to go. Also, digital transformation is, I think I've highlighted that the need for better broadband networks to provide reliable, affordable, and widespread access to digital networks. If you move out of Accra, even within Accra, some of our digital services are not adequate, and that is affecting businesses. These days, we transact globally. So if my broadband, my internet is not working, that is not going to help me drive the growth frontier that I want to drive. Positioning the country to realize the benefits of African Continental Free Trade Area. We certainly have to take advantage of this because we trade too much with the global north. There is the need to trade within Africa. Given the large population within Africa, we can attract investment and FDI into our continent. We need to boost skills. Within the educational setup, TVET is quite critical. How do we use tax policies? How do we use other business-friendly policies to attract skills into this area? It's rather unfortunate. We are training so many people in the humanities, less technical people. Our polytechnics have been converted into universities. You can read accounting, economics, sociology in our polytechnics. You go to most of the universities, you realize 70 to 80% of those we churn out are in the humanities. It is getting to a point where we cannot get very skilled people to work with. I think we need to boost the TVET system. We need to certainly boost the TVET system. One time I was speaking with one of the ambassadors, and they were telling us how they struggle to get qualified electricians in Ghana. Not the kind of electricians who will come and then your house will get bent in the next day or two. Qualified electricians, certified ones, because we are not training enough of such people. So on that note, I wish you thank you very much for this platform. I believe I have shared some few thoughts on how we can leverage on tax policies and business policies to promote our growth frontiers.
You are welcome to the 13th Annual International Tax Conference. This year, it was selected. We selected key topics, and that borders on the key sectors that we believe that can transform Africa and Ghana to be specific. Prof, in your presentation, you mentioned that the growth of Africa faces several challenges. For me, I always see Africa as blessed because all the raw materials that are needed for anything you want is in Africa. What's our main problem? What are we missing? The deputy minister said that we need about $108 billion annually to transform Africa. So, Prof, in your view, what exactly are we missing? When can we stop the export of raw materials to say, look, we are producing the thing for ourselves, and therefore this is what we need to do in order to be able to, take the growth of Africa on a very trajectory path?
Yeah, so certainly you will notice that we have been growing around 5-4% average, but we need to grow faster if we really want to lift the many people out of poverty. We need to be growing around 8% or even higher to be able to do that. Unfortunately, we have not been adding value to our products. Agricultural value added is low. We export more of the raw materials. than we process. So how do you add value? We have to be intentional about processing agricultural products, processing for value addition, processing for industry. We talk about the big push. It's quite exciting. The big push started from the 1940s. But the idea of the big push is that selected key industries or sectors, you give in a big bank, and then there is what we term complementarity, so forward and backward linkages. So agricultural material, raw material will be passed on to industry. Industry, when it grows, also be buying food, and services, that kind of interconnectivity. Unfortunately, we have not been able to do this in value addition. We have not been able to grow the key sectors.
So Prof, we are not able to do it. So is it deliberate, or is it what are there challenges that we cannot overcome, or there are something that we have decided not to do?
Personally, I think we have not been efficient with the use of our resources.
Okay.
We generate tax revenue, we generate all the resources, but we have not been very efficient. We do business as usual. Every government that comes tries to do basically the same. The structure of our economy hasn't changed.
Okay.
If you really want to see that, yes, this government or that government is doing well, look at how they transform the structure of the economy.
Okay.
Agriculture, the cutlass, the rudimentary ways of production remains the same. Not much has changed. Same with exports. We export the raw materials. Industry, the same thing. It's rather services.
Okay.
So we are jumping the gun.
Okay.
Normally, agriculture production, then you process and add value, then your manufacturing, the share of manufacturing in your total GDP increases. Then over time, services also increase.
Okay.
What have we done? We've moved from agri straight into services. So services now accounts for almost close to 40% or more of our GDP.
Okay.
That is not transformational.
So Prof, do you think that what you have just said, is it the government which is supposed to do, or we need some deliberate policies, or should be left for the private sector?
No, government leads the way.
Okay.
Government provides the enabling environment. That's why something like economic processing zones, for instance, is a government policy. You provide infrastructure, provide the incentives, then the private sector will move in. But if you, basically, most of the things we do tend to be a bit partisan, not a bit, more partisan than allowing competition, allowing the real private sector people to flourish. So, and government cannot, there's no point for government to go into direct production.
Okay.
In Africa, there's no, government has no business in engaging in direct production. Government provides the enabling environment, infrastructure, incentives, credits, whatever. Then the private businessman will move in.
Okay. Okay.
But that we have not done very much.
Okay. So Fred, let me come to you. So Prof has mentioned that, look, we need a private sector, but government must lead the way. From fiscal and tax policy perspective, do you think there are certain things that the government should be deliberate, and maybe we should move from politics in the sense that we must have a plan such that one government comes and then they continue? From your perspective, do you think we need to maybe list top 10 things that, whether you like it or not, if you're a government, you have to come and continue, from your perspective?
Yes, thank you very much. To be honest, it will be difficult to delink politics from taxation, because every government which comes to power will need the revenue, and it is only the revenue you need. And for that matter, the politicians will definitely take advantage of the revenue generation activities of the government. But as Prof said, we have to find a way to get a thin line between the political aspect of the tax revenue and then the technical aspect of the tax revenue, so that we can look at it and say, can we find a way to say, okay, let's make Ghana Revenue Authority an independent institution, so that we can take out the politics out of it. Because without that, that still could be a political talk on tax matters.
So Fred, you are advocating that GRA should be a constitutional body and may be devoid of government appointments, so that they can spearhead the revenue generation agenda. Is that what you were trying to say?
Yeah, I think we should align our discussion towards that point. Just like we have SHRAJ, which is an independent, constitutional independent body. in most of the countries we have, the tax revenues are not, tax authorities are not delaying. But if you look at our political environment, it looks like, every politician wants to take advantage of the anything tax system. So if we can make the tax system a little bit of independent or either semi-autonomous, in that case, I believe that we can take out the politics out of it.
Okay. Prof, let me come to you. You showed us some statistics. You mentioned that averagely Africa, we have a VAT rate across Africa between 16 to 18%. Ghana, our rate is around 21.9%, and it's a mixture of sales and value-added tax. The minister has promised that he wants to reform it. Prof, are you excited about this reform?
I am certainly excited, and I think maybe next year is too far. I wish it was done in the mid-year budget review, because this is something that is really killing initiatives, it's killing businesses, and we need to be clear on our tax structure. I had a table, I couldn't show it. When you see all the other countries, the VAT rate and ours is so complex with NHIL, with COVID levy, with all. It's just not right for businesses. So we need to restructure this and harmonize. You see, when taxes are so high, it encourages people to evade. Yeah. Compliance becomes difficult. Yeah. So you could have, you mentioned about Ghana's total VAT revenue as a percent of the total, which is lower. Yes. But we have a higher rate. It tells you the incentive to evade is high. Yeah. People are not paying. So if you make it affordable, easy to pay, people will comply and pay. So this is something we seriously have to review to ensure that running a business in Ghana is competitive. We are competing with Togo, Nigeria. Nigeria is around 7.5%. Yeah. Togo is lower, and other places are lower. So all the businesses will move, will become the gateway, because flying from Europe to Ghana is very easy. So they will come, but then they will exit. So they will use us as a transit point, and they will establish businesses in the neighboring countries.
Fred, are you also excited about the proposed? Prof is saying that the reform should have even happened in the mid-year budget, but we are aware that the minister announced that they are engaging the IMF. What's your expectation? Are you excited?
Yeah, I am much excited about it, but there's some mixed feeling. In fact, I was thinking that the 2025 budget, which was read in March, that's where the reform must start from. So I was a bit worried when the minister deferred the reform to the mid-year, the mid-year budget couldn't take it up, and then it's been deferred again. Nobody knows whether the 2026 budget, there could be another postponement in that case. But it is overdue, because if you look at the VAT, like Prof said, it's one of the highest. If you go to Nigeria, the VAT rate is about 7%, and VAT is a consumption tax. The more the higher it is, the more it affects the person. And as Prof said, when the tax rate is very high, compliance becomes very low. That is why we have a very big gap between the tax enforcement and then tax compliance. Because if you look at our tax law, it's self-compliance in that case. So on the basis of that, if you want somebody to self-comply with the tax law, then you have to find a way to ensure that you reform. For example, we were saying that the COVID-19 levy, which is 1%, should be off. That is not enough. What we need to do is that we need to bring back the input and the output aspect, and then also try as much as possible to reduce the tax. You see, if you go to some countries, the lower the tax, the higher the compliance of it. So why don't you look at that aspect and ensure that, you minimize the impact of the tax rates, and then bring in more people and increase the tax net.
So I just want to share some statistics, and this is from the African Tax Administrators Forum. They compiled the VAT revenue to total tax contribution. These are the numbers. In fact, Ghana for 2021 and 2022, VAT to total revenue is 18%. Let me point out Togo. Togo 2021 they did 42%. 2022 they did 42%. Let me look at Tanzania. Tanzania is doing 28% in 2021 and then 27% in 2022. The the next one, I think we are a bit above Namibia. Namibia is doing 15% in 2021, and then in 2022 they are doing 22%. So, Prof, it confirms the point that you have mentioned that look, you though the rate could be high, the yield can still be smaller than what the other countries. I mean, how can Togo, a smaller country, be collecting more from VAT than what Ghana is? It confirms to me that if your rate is higher, people will find a way to evade. Prof, you think so?
Exactly. When your rate is high, incentive to evade is very high, so people would evade. So we need to find ways of ensuring compliance as well. Reduce the rate, but also add compliance. Go after them, add compliance to ensure that people pay what is due. These days, you go to shops and they will ask you whether you want VAT, you want to pay or you don't want to pay, and so they have 2 receipts. That's the reality, because it's punitive, because the rate is so high. There's that incentive, and we are not enforcing the law as well.
Okay. So let me come to tax exemption, and maybe we'll be wrapping up. Prof, from your point of view, we have been advocating for tax exemption. Tax exemption. You go to the free zones, we say they don't pay tax for the next 10 years. We have several sectors where we have granted tax exemptions, thinking that they will bring something in return to the economy. Before the last parliament, was dissolved, we heard that about $350 million tax exemptions were available for approval for several companies. Some are saying that if we are seeing tax exemptions as an investment, we expect some return. In other words, we shouldn't be just throwing the tax exemptions out, allow companies to go scot-free, yet we are not getting anything. Prof, what's your general view of the way tax exemption happens in Ghana? And do you think we need some serious monitoring, or we should just decide to take it away completely because we are unable to monitor? It appears that we are enriching some few people.
I think by December 2024, things were things were done in a very haphazard manner in terms of tax exemptions. But there was a law passed in 2024 to harmonize the tax exemption regime. So I remember they brought it to us for input as well. Now we have a law. Now comes to implementation. We give tax exemptions to companies, sometimes based on chronism, sometimes based on, some also come because of the tax exemptions. But we don't monitor. So once you don't monitor, then they abuse the system. Free zones, you're supposed to produce for export. But I can tell you, there are free zones companies that produce and sell locally. Who monitors them? Free zones companies that have vehicles, they don't pay tax and use it for all kinds of uses. So until we monitor these tax exemptions, we'll just be throwing money away. Let me add that there was a time we were doing some study on FDIs. So we went to the Ghana Investment Promotion Center. They gave us a list of FDIs in the country, Chinese investors to be specific. We went around looking for these companies, and they were not available. They were not available. Some have folded, some have gone into hairdressing. Some,
meanwhile, they've enjoyed some exemptions.
So if you don't monitor, so that you ensure that if they were saying they were going to employ so many Ghanaians, that's the reason why we are giving them the exemption. Go and ensure that they are employing Ghanaians. They say they are going to do this, invest in ABCD, monitor to ensure that they are actually doing what they said they were going to do.
So Fred, Prof is saying our problem is monitoring. It looks like we give pre-approval and nobody cares following up. So at the end of the day, companies who have the capacity to pay the tax, we'd rather let them go, and then we come back and introduce indirect taxes, which kills people. You buy food and then you see the taxes. You say that the taxes alone can buy another plate of food. Do you think the tax exemption is necessary? I remember in this conference, Prof and other presenters are saying that we should grant incentives. But if we are unable to monitor it, is it a good call? Do you think it's necessary, or we should do something different in order to ensure that we are able to use tax exemption as a better tool for development?
Thank you very much. I cannot but to agree with Prof preposition on the tax exemptions issues. Now, for the tax exemption, the issue is that we need, just like you've asked, we cannot do away with the tax exemptions. The reason being that we have to find a way to protect some vulnerable group within our society. So tax exemption will still be there. We also wanted to, tax is one of the way to redistribute income. And then one of the way to ensure, to bring in foreign currency. And one of the reasons of having the free zone enterprise or free zone was to ensure that those who are free zone enterprise export goods and bring in the hard currencies to boost our economy. So that is the main important thing. So just like Prof was saying, that monitoring is very important. One aspect of monitoring is tax audit. So we expect Ghana Revenue Authority to actually, audit these companies as much as they can. And then we also need what is called monitoring using the digital, like the Commissioner General said that we're going to deploy AI. Unfortunately, he was talking about AI deployment at the port level. But we need to also look at it, whether we can bring it into, the domestic tax aspect. Because if you do data analysis, we take out how much these guys are bringing to the bank. We can look at something of that sort. So tax exemptions, we cannot do away with it. The most important is to monitor and then enforce. Monitoring aspect is to look at the audit aspect of it. One thing which the Commissioner General said was that to reduce the audit cycle, which is very important. Because if you Ghana Revenue Authority waits after 4 years, 5 years, 6 years to audit, somebody who would have complied, who decided I'm not going to comply, will have misused the tax law and then run away. Where are you going to get those people? Particularly if most of the investments are from the foreign partner who comes to invest. Like he said that they've conducted some research. They've conducted some research and then they can't find those people. Okay. So if there is a regular tax audit, at least a year or two, in that case, at least we'll know that these people are also there. Then also, we have tax avoidance scheme provided in our tax law. It is high time for us to implement and enforce those anti-avoidance scheme. Yes.
All right. Prof, I wanted to avoid this question, but let me ask, since you are... the IMF and the World Bank, in fact, it was the World Bank report, the 9th edition, they pointed out that if we miss on our revenue target, the gains that we have made so far will go back. And therefore, revenue target is a risk for Ghana. I don't know what you make of it. Do you think that from January to date, during the mid-year budget, the minister said that port taxes has gone down, that we missed the target by 1.6 billion Ghana cedis. Do you think that if we miss this revenue target, we are in danger, and whether GRA needs to do something different in order to be able to, help achieve the revenue target of, I think, 200 billion Ghana cedis?
Yeah, I suspect that is why the VAT reforms, etc., has been postponed to 2026, because with scrapping of some of the levies, and then you add VAT reform that may even reduce the rate, the risk that revenue might fall. So you need to be careful as you are doing this. If we miss the revenue target, what it means is that we have to borrow. We need to borrow. And you know what borrowing has done to us as a country. So that is why they are sending that signal that if you run a higher deficit, your credibility is going to be affected. Your exchange rate will start reacting. The international community will start punishing you. Your credit ratings will be affected. Your ability to borrow is going to be affected. So we have to be careful, intentional in realizing the revenue. We cannot afford to miss our revenue target by any significant margin. If we do, we'll be punished, and that will not be good for this country. Okay. All the gains we made will start being eroded.
Okay. Fred, Jerry has put in some measures at the mid-year budget, and we see the the modified taxation being rolled out. Do you think there are measures that can achieve, the revenue target, as Prof said? If we miss it, we are in danger.
I have my own reservation. I have my own reservation on the modified base taxation, because if you look at the second schedule of the Income Tax Act, we really have to look at that law again, and let's define the coverage of the modified base taxation. Who are supposed to pay? Who are the professionals who are exempted from that? Because you see, if you look at India, and somewhere about 4 years ago, India implemented modified base presumptive taxation, and they've seen revenue growing at astronomical rate. Why can't we find a way to look at it and implement it the way India has done? That is all what we have to look at. Then, if you look at the Commissioner General, there's going to be a sustained tax education, and the emphasis here is sustained tax education, which is very important. Because if you go to Makola, you go to market in Abuzuma, you go to market in Aflawo, do they know something about taxation?
They don't know.
Yes. So there should be education to the minimum person. If you go to my village, they don't know anything about what much they can pay. So we have to look at that. Such an education is very important.
Prof, I'm coming to you for your last comment. This conference, which is the 13th edition of the Chartered Institute of Taxation, we, like I started earlier, we selected some key topics. What's your final conclusion on it? And I know that there are more papers to be presented in addition to your theme paper presentation. The minister says he's going to make use of, technocrats like your type in order to ensure that policy aligns with practice. So any final concluding remarks on this conference and what we are discussing?
The conference theme is, and the sub-themes are very, very important, very timely. Revenue, as you mentioned, is the key. IMF, World Bank have warned us. We need to rake in the revenue. And how do we get our revenue? Through taxation and non-tax revenue. Non-tax is not very significant. It is a tax revenue that matters most at the moment. So trying to discuss all the critical issues, coming out with solutions that will help us achieve our revenue target, for me, is very important. And I see you're looking at the sectors as well. You're not just focusing on the macro issues, but agriculture, fintech, all the things that matter to enable us realize our tax revenue. Education is critical. Not many know even the importance of tax and why they should even pay taxes, whether they are getting benefit, the right benefit from taxation, and so on and so forth. So for me, it's timely. But my advice is that we shouldn't let the outcome of this conference sit on the shelves. We should have clear communication, a very succinct summary sent to the people that matter, to GRA, to Ministry of Finance, to government, and then follow up, monitor, and ensure that all the critical things that are being expressed by such great assembly of experts are implemented.
We'd like to thank Prof for the thought-provoking paper you presented. I mean, you nailed it. So we hope that the conference continues, and therefore we'll do more deliberations and more discussions as we move.
This is the Citi Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The Citi Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
If you need unique services, innovative financial solutions, we deliver on our promise, cause we are number one. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Even when you're stuck with nothing, come to let's share go. No matter your situation, come to let's share go. Let's share go, we improve your life. Let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey, let's share go, hey mama, hey mama, hey mama. Let's share go, we improve your life.
There is small money, there is big money, and there is too much money. Telecel Too Much Money promo is here. Dial *500# to opt in. In the Telecel Too Much Money promo, you can win 100 Ghana cedis cash in the daily draws, 20,000 Ghana cedis in the weekly draws, and 1.2 million Ghana cedis in the grand draw. That's 1.2 million Ghana cedis. Simply reload airtime to end point to stand a chance to win. Dial *500# or visit
Visit the Telisol Play app to opt in now for the Telisol Too Much Money promo. Terms and conditions apply.
Telecel, connecting energies.
This promo is regulated by the NLA on the Caritas Lottery platform.
You know, listen, guys. One day, an old lady inherited a huge sum of money. Her family worried about how to break the good news to her. They feared that the sudden good news might give her a heart attack. And so they decided the family doctor, who was experienced in delivering such news, should be the one to tell her. And when he did, surprisingly, she smiled. Relieved, he asked, "What are you going to do with all that money?" She replied, "I am going to give you half." The doctor rather had a heart attack. Can you imagine? People are often surprised when we put them first. At First Bank, that's what we do. We put you first. Experience the gold standard of banking with First Bank. Open an account today and enjoy our user-friendly mobile app, quick banking via *894#, convenient shopping with our Visa Prepaid and MasterCard, and more. All designed to serve you better. First Bank, you first.
City 97.3. More variety.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is City 97.3.
Good morning. Welcome to Kickoff on the City Breakfast Show with me, Edwin Kwakofi. Kickoff is powered by Shell Go Well, Politangana, Lesheho. Let's improve life. We start from the UEFA Conference League, where Crystal Palace boss Oliver Glasner all but confirmed Eberechi Eze's impending departure from the club, stating that he does not expect the forward to play for the club again. Eze is on the verge of a move to Arsenal after the two clubs agreed a deal for a transfer in this window. Answering questions after Palace's historic 1-0 win over Fredrikstad in the Conference League playoffs, Glasner explains why the English international did not play in last night's game.
Apologize to all of you because the first time I didn't tell you the truth yesterday, so I expected him to play. Today he called me that he doesn't feel well and can't play in the evening, and that's why he didn't play.
Did he say he didn't feel well physically or mentally?
Overall.
Is it to do with his frame of mind, with everything that's going on?
We have to ask him.
You can't ask him, obviously.
Maybe in a few days. But
So do you think he'll play for Crystal Palace again?
no.
What do you know about the latest with him? It looks like it's going to be Arsenal, right?
Again, I'm responsible for Crystal Palace, and I think he won't play for us again, so I have to prepare the team for Nottingham and for the second leg against Fredrikstad, and I'm planning without Eberechi.
That was Crystal Palace boss Oliver Glasner. Now let's hear from Liverpool head coach Arne Slot, who's been speaking about his club's injury issues ahead of their match against Newcastle on Monday.
No, Jeremy has a very positive injury record. Connor has been out once or twice last season. Yeah, these things happen in a season. We only have at the moment 2 injuries. Unfortunately, it's 2 for the same position. But the good thing is that some other player can play in that position as well. Wata played in that position for a few minutes. Dominic Szoboszlai already played in that position. So there are other options we can explore. Joe Gomez is definitely one of them, but for him to already play 20 minutes, that was already quite a lot. I wouldn't say he had a setback, but he wasn't able to train 3 days in a row completely with the team. Which is completely normal if you're out for so long and all of a sudden the manager needs you for 20 minutes. But he's training with the team, so let's see where he is on Monday, if he can be involved in the team or if he can even start. But there are other options we have as well in this position. It's just, you cannot prepare for 2 injuries in one position. It would be stupid for us to have 3 fullbacks or 5 left backs, although we have 3 left backs at the moment. So we're unlucky that the right fullbacks are injured. Yeah.
That was Liverpool boss Arne Slot. Now let's head back to Ghana, where the countdown is on. Just 15 days to the second edition of the Democracy Cup. On Friday, the 5th of September, all roads lead to the University of Ghana Sports Stadium, where Accra as a folk take on their fierce city rivals, Accra Great Olympics. Now, GFA President Keto Kreku says the game will be another exciting moment to celebrate football and democracy in Ghana.
So football brings all of us, and it is the dream of our Speaker of Parliament to continue on this pathway of ensuring that our country is united in peace. Our country uses sports or football in bringing peace and unity to our countrymen and women.
That was the voice of GFA President Keto Kreku, and that's the latest in the world of sports. For more on all these stories, visit citysportsonline.com. Kickoff inspired by Shell Go Well, Politangana, Let's Improve Life. I'm Edwin Kwakofi. The City Breakfast Show with Caleb Kuda continues.
Stronger brand you can trust. We get some more Rambo and get some more super. And the Poly challenge we did Papa no Papa no Papa no Papa no Papa no Ankasa. Polytank, the original, always the best.
Do you ever wonder how your car's engine is doing as you drive?
Not often.
Does it feel confident and protected, or is it tired and struggling?
I have a busy schedule, so I leave matters of my engine to Shell V-Power. With Shell V-Power, you can feel confident because it is the best ever fuel designed for performance and efficiency. Shell V-Power removes performance rubbing deposits, so you can feel protected.
Fill up with Shell V-Power at a Shell service station near you. Feel confidence, feel protection, and feel performance over and over again with Shell V-Power. Fuel the feeling with Shell V-Power. Go well.
Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
What if the life you've always imagined is just one bold decision away? What if a globally recognized degree, a lucrative career, a new future for you and your family is right here, not in the future, not in theory, but now at the Best Education Study in Canada Fair 2025. Dreams are rising and Canada is opening the doors. Explore undergraduate and postgraduate study options, paid internships, and learn how the post-graduation work permit can launch your career in Canada. It's happening on the 20th of September at Accra City Hotel, 10 a.m. prompt, and it is free, but you have to register. So call or WhatsApp 025-6299-707 to get started. Imagine success, think Canada. Attend the Best Education Study in Canada Fair 2025.
He's here, Uncle.
Oi, you man, look at you, all grown up, innit? So good to see you, fam. I miss you so much. So good to be back home, bruv, innit? I can see a lot has changed, mate. Home sweet home, innit?
Sit down and let me serve you something delicious.
The food is looking good, fam.
Of course, some things never change. Just like how Gino tomato mix still gives my food that rich color and unique natural taste every time.
Hey, sister. Papupun sanwan kasa. Just like I remember. Inquire. Jollof ne die. Jaika. Eye danka sankasa.
Hey, ente dwane na ma ukasa na sisa sisi.
Say Gino die. Efie ni fie.
This advert is FDA approved.
Hello,
everyone. Prices continue to drop at Electroland Ghana Limited. CDA Picky promotion on Samsung, TCL, Media, and Nasco Electronics. Get a Nasco 24-inch LED flat for $899 Ghana cedis. Starting from 2,999 Ghana cedis, you can get 6 kg Nasco washing machine plus a free gas stove. And the Media Inverter 1.5 HP R410 Unicool split comes with a free blender. And when you purchase 65, 75, and 85 TCL QD Mini LED 4K TVs, you will get a free TCL FHD Smart Android TV. Now buy a Samsung 578, 582, and 636-liter side-by-side refrigerators and walk away with free microwave grill. Go to our showrooms and dealer stores across Ghana now. Call 050-315-9739 or www.electrolandgh.com for inquiries.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Unleashing the power of relevant radio. This is Citi 97.3.
But I done messed up and threw her out the door. Now I don't feel irie like I used to before. All the things we used to say, all the way we used to play, how we used to play. Now there's an emptiness inside of my soul. They say my manliness will start to show. And God knows I cannot take it no more. That's why I'm asking you, how do I come up with you? You see, I'm looking for someone to satisfy me. Looking for someone to love me completely. Looking for someone to show me true love. And I'm searching for that kind of possibility. Someone to truly love me for me. Someone to come and be my true love. Loneliness is the order of my days. Since she's gone, I feel like fading away. Lord, not die day. Oh God, seeing how she will make my head been this way. Now that she's gone, I feel like jumping in a well. I cannot take it no more. That's why I'm asking you, how do I come up with you? You see, I'm looking for someone to set my
The
soul
City
free.
Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise. This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Someone to truly love me for me. Someone to come and be my true love. True love. True love. Take it no more. Oh God, you see, I'm looking for someone to satisfy me, looking for someone to compliment me.
2 to the top of the hour, 97.3 City FM. This is the City Breakfast Show gone by. You had the City Business Edition. It will be on our social, so look out for that if you missed it or you want to get back to it to hear some more, because as you know, repetition is the mother of learning. Always pushing the envelope, bringing you new information to help you do better in your business as a startup, as a corporate entity. Knowledge is power, they say. There's so much on our minds we want to bring you in terms of conversation, in terms of debates, interviews, music, everything that will light up your Friday. And we always do this with you. Your experiences, your stories, your suggestions, your frustrations, they augment the program. So 0549986996 is where you can share your views with us. And if it's a dedication, you want to celebrate someone special as well, we'll certainly have them done. In the meantime, First Bank Ghana's junior internship program is back, ready to inspire the next generation. Long vacation is here. Enroll your kids. Give them an unforgettable learning and work-life experience through internship, mentorship, and counseling. It started on July 14th. It's going all the way to September the 12th. Enrollment process is simple. If your kid is 12 or below, sign them up for the Kids First account. If they are between 10 and 14, sign them up for the Me First account. Then you apply for the First Bank Ghana Junior Internship Program. 5 days exciting learning experience at any of our branches is what they will get. They'll receive a certificate along with products from Gino, Kivo, Top Up Pharmacy, Awake, Kiki, and Pepsodent. And then they stand a chance of winning attractive cash prizes by excelling in an essay writing competition. 0596 921 921 is the number to call. The Ghana National Council of Private Schools is part of this program. Now, your tomato mix should make cooking easy and fantastic. That is why Gino Pepper and Onion offers you a unique blend of tomatoes mixed with pepper and onions to make those delicious recipes come alive. No more wasting of time on blending or grinding any onions or pepper. You have it all in one. Now, what's the saying? Let's make some sweet, memorable moments with Gino Pepper and Onion to prepare your favorite stews, jollof soup, and many more. You can find Gino Pepper and Onion in any open market, retail shops, supermarkets, and many more. Gino truly cares. Let me tell you about Piva. It gives you a best of flavor in every sip. We've got the Piva Cola, perfect fit anytime. Piva Orange fruit drink, Piva Cocktail fruit drink, grapefruit drink, Piva Tangy. Available at a local store near you. 0550-032-231 is the number to call. For social events this weekend and beyond, Piva beverage is certainly a taste you will love. Richard De La Sky is in the studio with Francisca Kakrafosen. And some of you are celebrating your birthdays. And so we'll be, shouting for you, celebrating you today. But from Wiggle Vision Limited, Ghana's leading tech company, comes Frog, the ultimate platform for USSD, OTP, voice, and bulk SMS messaging. Frog offers unbeatable rates to all mobile networks in Ghana, helping your business reach more people faster. Whether it's bulk SMS, voice SMS, IVR, USSD, our secure APIs and tools ensure easy integration for businesses of all sizes. If you're ready to elevate your customer engagement, wiggle.com.gh, frog.wiggle.com.gh are the websites to visit. 0554-170-599, 0553-019-529 are the numbers to call. Wiggle Vision, empowering businesses one message at a time.
Survive when you mama when you so look smart. Hey, party man so man to compete. This year I am better man. Sika say ne pepe. This year I am yada man. TV series ten. This year I am shada man. Jump Monday to Sunday. Suffer I am better man. On our way to riches. On our way. Fire bomb poverty.
Also, TV series, this year you're paid mazi. Oh, and I could chapel so under sermon 5 hours so for one mazi. This year you're paid mazi. Yeah, we're on our way to riches. Jam, I remember for Ugue, and then you ma. In your the mazi.
How? If you go how?
Go by association.
How are you? Okay. Association with?
Association with the language, the culture, the people.
Which people?
Other people of Ogwe now.
Which particular person? We say Ogwe. Which particular?
Which
particular person?
Oh, group of persons.
persons.
Are you also here?
I'm surprised. He's always there.
Why you asking that question?
What is the reason behind this cross-examination?
Saved by your lawyer.
This cross-examination was heading down a slippery slope. But I've been saying.
Yes.
There are some dedications.
Yeah, so let me do this one to a dedicated listener of the City Breakfast Show and all the packages we put out on our network. Christopher Kojo Dapamako. Today is your birthday. Dapamako.
Enter the house and see.
Exactly.
Is that what it means?
That's what it means.
Dapamako. You know, those days before, we married in our tradition, you need to go to the house to know the conduct of the woman. The conduct of the woman, to be sure that this is what you want to marry.
So I MC the wedding among two Anglos, and during the process, they asked the gentleman, a day.
So have you been there
to entered the house before?
Interesting.
I said, is it figurative or is metaphorical or is practical?
But these days, chop bar,
Snapchat,
public toilets. Forgive me, but
you can't do that.
Forgive me, but the world is a marketplace of love. The point I'm making is that, that whole thing is lost on us. But it is important that you go to the house.
Yes, the farmer.
Yeah, to know that this is what the package you are. Buyer beware, they say, right? Anyway, so Christopher Kojo Dapamako, today is your birthday.
Yes.
You've been listening to us for over a dozen years, and you're an ardent listener. We love you. May you grow to reach impossible places. Continue to define your space in a fantastic way, and may God guide your steps all through.
Amazing.
Yep.
And today, so he says, Caleb, tomorrow is my birthday. I want to thank the Almighty for his continuous blessings and mercies. This is Jones, the boy from Lies, a very consistent listener, always texting in. We celebrate you as you look forward to being ushered into a new year tomorrow. Jones, the boy, happy birthday in advance to you.
And this one is coming in from Togbi Dobu, who is saying to Alma Nanevi of the National Lotteries Department, says that when I'm older, I'm so proud that I'll be so proud that I'll be able to look back on this period of my life because you are in it. All the arguments and disagreements we have had, they mean nothing in comparison to what you mean to me. So Alma Nanevi, Togbi Dobu is celebrating you this very morning, expressing so much care, love and affection, and that should mean something big.
Brilliant.
Okay, guys, when time is of the essence, banking should not be slow, nor should it slow you down. Skip the queues and deposit cash straight into your account with Zenith Bank's cash deposit ATMs available 24 hours a day. Zenith Bank's cash deposit ATMs are located at Zenith Bank's East Legon, Laboni, Techi Plaza, Sunyane Ahojo, and head office branches. Experience fast, secure, and convenient cash deposits any time of the day. Now that's banking on your terms. Zenith Bank, in your best interest.
Absolutely.
Also, are you looking for a faster and easier way to engage Ghana Water Limited services online? Then download and install the GWCL customer app from Google Play Store or App Store and create your personalized user account with the customer account details on your monthly bill. With the app, you can pay your water bills, check billing and payment statements, report bursts and leakages, report illegal customer activities, report complaints and faults with photos or videos or GPS locations. All transactions made on the customer app attract zero charges. Ghana Water Limited, at your service. Also, life is full of surprises. When the unexpected happens, you need support that's convenient and fast. With over 180 years of expertise, Old Mutual understands that you don't have to wait for what is rightfully yours. You can make claims of up to 3,000 Ghana cedis instantly on all your savings policies. No long waits, no paperwork, simply claims paid instantly. Call Old Mutual today on 030-7600. 030-7600. You can also visit www.oldmutual.com now or send a WhatsApp to 050-833-3537. Old Mutual. Do great things every day.
Every day. Natalia from the sales department here at Citi says, I'd like to send a birthday request on behalf of Constance Techi and the entire staff of the Registrar of Companies to Madame Stella Akwe, Registrar of the Regional Office of Sekandi Takrade. Happy birthday, ma'am. I want to wish all MSc Development Finance students of the University of Ghana Business School good luck as we write our final semester exams. This is Soa sending a message from Oyarifa. We wish you all the best, Soa. Oscar, those if you go food away, then put this song for ground. Allah. Charlie, no be small. It no be small.
Yeah.
Getty. Wouldn't hear me there. He said, "Don't go your daddy. I don't mind me die you."
Yep. So happy birthday to all the people celebrating their birthday today.
Yeah.
Once again, let me say happy birthday to Dr. Tim Kwashiga, respected academic in our space. An ardent listener of the station and fine brain, produced by the Republic of Ghana. May you continue to inspire younger generations so that we can make Ghana indeed a better place for all of us.
Yeah, man.
In the meantime, though, Charlie, this is Ghana. I notice you are wearing your, nicely made, made in Ghana attire.
Yes, sir.
So we call it Friday wear. I don't know why we created that
make it everyday wear.
We have decided to make everyday wear.
Sure.
And it's looking really beautiful.
Thank you.
And I also have my my fugu on.
This one is fugu singlet.
Yeah, this is the singlet one.
It doesn't have the sleeves.
No, it doesn't have the sleeves. I'm told that in the north of Ghana, if you wear this one, you are not properly,
constituted.
Yes, properly constituted. in other words, if you appear before a traditional authority like this, you would face some serious questions because you are considered naked. It looks like we have spoiled it. I think we, the people in the south, have corrupted the culture. It would seem because I took it to Parliament some time ago, and a member of Parliament from the north, that look, if this one you wear it underneath the long arm. The one that is like short sleeve sort of.
No, when you turn it can be umbrella around.
Exactly. So but it's they say what innovation is there in fashion all the time, right? So we have decided to corrupt it, much to the chagrin of the purists. But so we are we are doing This Is Ghana.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
So in keeping with that, we are inviting you to register. And produce your wares, your goods, your services, your solutions, and bring them to Accra. so that we can sell it to the Ghanaian people. You understand?
To the rest of the world.
Exactly. So once you can add good value to something like what Caleb is wearing, for those of us who are looking at us, who are watching us on YouTube and then also Facebook, yeah, you can see what he's wearing. This is we call it what? How do you call it? We call it made in Ghana, right?
Is it you want the name of the fabric or
Yeah, no. Like normally there's Alan started something.
Yeah.
He started
or
something like that.
Yeah.
Textile presidential initiative.
Yeah, the PSI.
Uh-huh.
Presidential Special Initiative
in textiles.
Yes, they even they had the cassava. They used cassava to make cloth.
Yes.
I remember that was a great initiative. Yes. But it fizzled out at some point.
Yeah, somehow. Yeah, so what I'm saying is that, look, majority of the times I am in these prints.
Yep.
Of course, my colleagues will not agree with me, but that is what it is, because I believe that if we are able to do this a lot more of the times, then we can empower a lot more people.
Yeah.
I don't understand the whole concept of formal wear. So the banks have some, they say that you have, if you're not wearing a suit, you are not wearing tie,
you
are not formally dressed. You understand?
Yeah.
The same way the people who wear the akpavia collar, the black suit in this hot weather, you go to court, you necessarily must be in suit with your whatever bib and all of those
things. For us, color, right?
So that
and then you have the gown,
and then the wig.
On.
That is when you are properly constituted before a judge. Otherwise, you'll be in trouble.
Yeah.
And when you are lucky and you go and the judge is not properly constituted, so that she's not wearing her wig, then you may be at liberty to do your own thing, to remove yours too. But you see, it is important that we Ghanaianize ourselves.
Yes.
Because God has put us here for a reason. And the things we find around us should be the things that should guide our steps forward. It's possible to redefine justice and the delivery of the same in the Ghanaian way, while keeping to the global standards that ensure fairness, that ensures, to a large extent, accuracy, that ensures that the facts help and the law help to determine who is the winner and who is the loser, without insisting on certain, if you like, traditions to guide the same. In any event, we can even insist on certain traditions by giving them a Ghanaian outlook.
Absolutely.
You understand?
So the Speaker of Parliament comes to mind, right?
Exactly. So the Speaker of Parliament is, my good friend and respected, leader of the House at some point, Sumana Bagbin, decided that, look, yes, traditionally we wear certain gowns.
Yeah.
Although you see the embossment of some of our national symbols on these things, you see it in a Western construct.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
So why not deconstruct, remove that construct and properly situate it within the Ghanaian context? It should be possible for people to tune into our channels and watch the speaker in Agbada, in Fugu. You saw him in Anglo Kete with lace jumper underneath, with his jokoto, the big panties, and then wearing his fiafokpa or
the big pants, not panties.
Okay, it means something.
Pants as in trousers.
Okay, all right, forgive me. Yes, forgive me. I didn't intend that. Sometimes the education.
No, the mind is going faster.
So he's redefined the space.
Yeah.
And we have not become worse off in terms of the laws we are passing or how he is performing his role as speaker.
True that.
Merely because he's wearing something else.
Yeah.
He's giving Ghanaianness a true or new meaning.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
It is possible to replicate that across the board. You see the President of the Republic, in his first term as president, you almost always saw him in locally made apparel.
Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Which sort of
when he was vice president, I remember way back I read a publication in the newspapers. Folks were complaining that he looked too casual wearing it was batik tie and a lot of the time. Even now as he's in Japan, some people are saying he should have been in suit and tie and not the kaftan that he's wearing. so elegantly.
And he looks great that way. Look at what he wore to his inaugural ceremony.
Yes.
Made right here in Ghana.
Beautiful.
With symbols of Ghana.
Yes. Yeah.
The kete forming a part of what he was wearing.
Yes.
And he looked awesomely presidential.
Regal.
Representing us in a truly defined way.
Thank you.
Right? Kwame Nkrumah was going to the UN in his kete and what do you call it? The thing he was... The
kente cloth and the shirt.
The shirt and the jumper. We call it jumper. With his jokoto underneath. And then delivering big speeches that have become... things that many people would aspire to be able to do when they grow up. Right? That did not stop him from occasionally wearing his suit if he felt that it was necessary. I think that we should redefine the scope of what it means to be Ghanaian and the core elements of Ghanaianness and add a certain love for the things we make. To our culture in a way that makes life for us and those who make those things truly sustainable. Because I honestly do not believe that we can keep up with this whole thing of looking Western all the time when we have things here that should be able to cover our needs.
Because I think our concept and idea of beauty is even seen through foreign lenses. Foreign lenses. Now everyone wants to have some bone straight, and that's what shows that I mean, nothing wrong with that, but I mean, what is your own hair and what is the texture of it and what is the drive to look different or have something different? There are institutions here that if you wear your natural hair, you go there, they tell you no, you have to do something else. I don't understand.
I mean, I was once sent home for going to work in my afro.
Are you serious?
You are kidding.
I'm not joking. I'm not joking. But it's also because of our interaction, our colonial interaction and post-colonial interaction. Those definitions of beauty, of formality, were defined by non-Ghanaians, and they were not Ghanaian. And so your hair, and it doesn't even make sense to say my natural hair. Because you wouldn't say my natural eyes or my natural nose. My hair.
Your hair.
So your hair, which is curly, or if you have it in the locks, kinky will be seen as inappropriate, informal, unkempt. And when I cut my hair and decided to go natural, as in to keep my own hair, because the
how long ago was this?
This was late 2007.
Wow.
So I
That's a
chopped
long
it off.
time ago.
Yes, and then I kept my hair in its natural state until now.
You did Davi?
Yes, for some time I did Davi, but because most workplaces were not...
they were averse to that kind of...
They were not comfortable with that look, so you had to put on a wig. But after a while, more people... there was... I've forgotten his name. I think he's now the MD of GH1.
GH1.
He decided to put me on TV.
Okay.
We were at multimedia at that time with my natural hair, so I had my locks. It was even twisted. No, not Bolare.
Okay.
Santok.
Okay.
Santok is his name. He found it interesting and said that he needs to put this look on TV. And there were criticisms from others, etc. But over the years, and also because of this wind of heritage that is blowing, we are now paying attention. And I think it's not too late. We're now paying attention to some of these things.
Because some of these wigs are also very expensive.
You are...
you are shaking some table,
Are you writing some checks that you are not
but we, in the spirit of, keeping it Ghana, making it Ghana, and then this is Ghana. I think, how do you manage your hair? Because, often people claim that
there are genuine concerns that it's hard. Because when I was younger, I couldn't comb my hair in its dry state. I had to dampen it with water before combing it. And so naturally, you look forward to when you would perm your hair so that you could easily comb it. So the convenience is also part of it, and it's a real issue to look at. But for me, I also looked at the challenges that came with perming. It was expensive. You have to wash your hair and then you have to perm it, I think every month or so, but the washing, it's weekly or after some days. And also because I have a tender scalp, so anytime I sat in the drawer or they applied the cream, I would have cuts under my head. I would have headaches. And so I asked myself, between combing,
and
which
heat
also is
that you sit
painful,
under.
and the heat, I have to make a decision.
Yeah.
So I decided to just cut the perm off and start a new growth.
Right.
And this was in the university. I was in my second year or so. I got people offering me money that if you don't have money to do your hair, you take.
And go and do your hair.
Yes, because it was abnormal.
Wow.
For you to have turned 18 and
Yes.
you are keeping
Because
hair that you had in secondary
lots
school.
of girls look forward to getting out of school so they
Yes,
can perm their hair.
also, there are different things that are going on. It's also a sign of maturity. You turn 18, you no longer have the afro. You have to have long flowing hair, makes you look beautiful. Once again, the definitions of beauty. So I've done it over the years. I decided that I wasn't going to comb my hair again because I didn't think it was part of who I was. I didn't need a comb. And so I was twisting at some point, and eventually my hair started locking by itself.
Okay.
So then I said, let me then go and have it properly locked. Yes, and I'll do a little shave here and there.
And it looks great.
Yes,
I mean,
I apply shea butter
Yeah.
to my hair. That's really
so
it.
shea butter
Shea
that you
butter.
can get locally.
Yes, shea butter that you have locally. In
Kuto,
Kuto, I have the raw one, and they've also got some nicely scented ones.
Okay.
Yes.
And then I have oils as well. Some of
Right.
them are shea, some of them are
Neem.
I have neem oil
Castor
as well,
oil.
castor oil.
But on your
I've
mom.
got I add it. So it really depends, and I think that with time,
Yeah.
many more women are embracing this.
So do you do the locking yourself or someone does?
No,
it?
the locking takes time, so
Okay.
I have it done.
Okay.
There's a place I have it done. When I was doing the twist, that I was doing myself because the twist was easy. And when I twist, because of how my hair was, when I twist after a while, I untwist it, and then it has this puff look. And then you just put in a bit of oils and water just to keep it.
So on the
fresh.
balance, you would say which is better in terms of your own experience?
Sky, it's been how many years? Since 2007. I haven't gone back. So that in itself is a
evidence of
statement.
how
It's
good.
evidence of how this has worked for me, and I have no interest in going back.
Yeah, and it's a very interesting topic you've raised, because when I interact with my friends, especially the ones who you see them sometimes hit their head like that because they want to deal with some problem in there. Yes, they tell me that, as you explained, it's also a question of how to manage it.
Yes.
And then also the issue of formality, which you raised, the concept of formality, which has been distorted in the African context and the black world generally. That is what is fueling, how they look and how they shape their hair and all of that. And they also argue that, well, we don't have local solutions. But it would seem that if you go across the country, there are people who are producing these oils that you are talking about, the hair products that you are talking about, the creams that you need in order to give your true natural hair the kind of care that will make it presentable. You understand? So when we go for corporate events, I think the mentality that drives corporate leaders to say that you are not looking presentable, we need to do something about it. And if we do a shift in that space, I believe we'll create a lot more room for Ghanaian businesses that are into these spaces to be able to scale up to support the growth in local consumption of these products, so that we can increase the GDP of our country and also ease the pressure on the dollar. Because if you look at the numbers in terms of how much import we make just to support the consumption of foreign
products
and all of that, it is a lot of money, so much money that we can reinvest in this economy to support industry.
I like that you bring in importation, and earlier you talked about the apparel of our profession, the legal profession, where we have to wear the wigs and the gowns, and a lot of these are imported. So I'm bringing some statistics from the worldbank.org, looking at Ghana complete wigs of synthetic textile material imports. This is 2023. And it says Ghana imported complete wigs of synthetic textile materials from Nigeria. So the key places are Nigeria, China, Togo, and the UK. So from Nigeria, what we imported was worth $102,000, and then that constitutes 3,552 kilograms.
Wow.
So from China, we spent $88,000 thereabout to import 86,580 kilograms of wigs.
Wow.
And then from Togo, about $29,000 for 221 kilograms of synthetic wigs. From the UK, I'm struggling to pull that out from my phone, but essentially this is how much money we are giving to other countries. Yeah. So should we even decide that we are going to keep the relic of the relic of wearing the wigs and the gowns? We could be making those here if it's possible. Because if you're getting these wigs from Togo, we can get it. We can make it here in Ghana. If we're getting the gowns from UK and China, we could make that here, and that's a business.
So these are strictly speaking the legal wigs, the wigs you use in the courts.
Yes. Yeah. So imagine if the wigs and the gowns are made here.
And we in 2021 now moving from legal wigs to the fashion wigs and the corporate wigs.
The lawyers arrogantly say that the white wig that we wear, I'm using the word arrogantly, advisedly, without any mischief intended or malice intended or disrespect intended. That you can't buy it.
Why?
But it is the only the other ones you can buy. The other ones you can buy them, but this one you have to, consume some legal literature and be a man of some passable understanding.
In order to earn it. So the one that is bought now, I'm going to the one that on the market we can buy. So Ghana spent $226 million on wigs.
Are you serious?
Yes, $226 million on wigs, and $240 million on used clothes importation in 2021. This is OEC data.
Wow.
Yes. So, and the thing is that we've been sold a narrative of what beauty should be.
Yeah.
Through Hollywood movies, through what we watch and what we consume, we've been sold a certain kind of narrative. And our young ones, all of us, aspire to a certain ideal image of ourselves. So that the real, what is of us, we look down on. And we think that it's not good enough. So I think we need to invest in our storytelling and redefining the image of who the 21st century African is. We consume everything else that is not ours and place a lot of value on everything else and think that what is from us, what is ours, is inferior, is poor, is not good enough. We need to put effort into re-engineering that narrative, and then of course also put a lot of focus on a lot more quality. And how we can do that, I see it as producing more quality at a cheaper price and on scale, so that a lot more people can afford. Because trust me, the made in Ghana story, people have bought into it. The wear Ghana thing, the eat Ghana, the feel Ghana, people love it. But if I'm traveling Ghana, for example, and the cost is prohibitive, that's a problem. Look, in a space of 1 week, every single day, I saw no less than 10 Ghanaian families coming together to tour Dubai.
Okay.
And I'm like, okay, so why are these people touring Ghana as much?
No.
We went with some friends. Some came from Kumasi, somewhere in Accra. And I asked them, okay, have you been to Mole National Park? No. Have you been to here? No. Have you been there? No. But okay, so why Dubai? Then actually, when they put the cost together, you will find out that traveling 8 hours by flight from Accra to Dubai and, going to see the Burj Khalifa, the local Burj Khalifa, going to see the Museum of the Future, going to see the frame of Dubai, all of that put together, plus your ability to go and shop, buy phones and gadgets and all of that, put that together, it turns out to be even cheaper than touring Ghana.
Really?
Yes.
Wow, I see.
I'm telling you.
That one is that debatable?
We can debate that. But if you put together the number of places you can go to, and then you check the cost of hotel in Ghana compared to elsewhere, even the quality of hotels you get for a 3-star, 4-star, even 5-star hotel compared to a 3-star hotel somewhere else. So I'm saying that we need to scale. Right? People are buying the made in Ghana argument. People are loving the experience of Ghana and eating Ghana, feeling Ghana, our music and all of that. But we also need to make things more affordable. That's where legislation comes in. That's where policy comes in. How
Before
do
you
we
even get into legislation and policy, just to add, I think that we need to approach the heritage business.
Yes.
This is Ghana, made in Ghana, all these ideas. We need to approach them from the capitalist point of view and also the generational transformational point of view, so that we are not just looking at it as reclaiming or reconnecting with our heritage or identity, but we're also following the numbers, the business of it. We are creating proper industries out of it. Exactly. We are industries where the goods and the services are of standard quality, okay, best standards in the world. They are not inferior, they cannot be deemed. And I think that increasingly a lot of SMEs, indigenous SMEs are pushing themselves, even with their packaging.
Solid.
I mean, what is left is, the enabling environment. But I think if we're able to do that, we can have businesses that start here, that will transcend generations, that will grow into multinational companies.
Because you have a growing population of young people who are anxious and desperate for jobs. Many are out of schools and they don't have jobs and they are very frustrated. We are not investing in skill. We are not producing a lot of the things that we need. We are importing everything. That means that you are exporting the jobs. You are creating jobs for people elsewhere, and your young people are frustrated here. And you go out there, and many of them who could have been contributing meaningfully to our economy are doing far less desirable things over there just to get by. I think that we have to redefine our priorities honestly and put our own interests first. And while we do that, we must also look at our other African neighbors and think at scale, try to do more business among ourselves also, and that's where our leaders must really help us. It's very punitive, again, traveling Africa. You won't believe that at some point, if you're going to another African country, you have to go through Europe before you can get there. What happened to our shipping lines? If you're doing logistics, if you want to trade Africa, logistics is a very big part. So SME, you want to export your stuff from here to Kenya, to Nairobi, or Nairobi's to South Africa or elsewhere, Egypt and all of that. You have to either go by freight, by sea, by air. And what's the cost? How many of these nations have airlines? How many of them have shipping lines? We had the Black Star Line. I read about it, never experienced it. I saw the Ghana Airways at some point when I was young, but now in my older adult days, I saw a restaurant. Now I'm sure it's scrapped somewhere. So we have to put in the superstructure, the infrastructure, to ensure that we are doing things at scale. Because it's only when we do things at scale that we can have the prices beaten down. And that way, more young people will get jobs to do as well.
You see, so I like the argument you made about, scaling up. But that will not happen in vacuum. It would have to happen within a certain policy context.
True.
In other words, if, for instance, you are into, or let's use your good friend Tony Senyaya.
Yes.
If public policy drives, say, the consumption of the shoes, the beautiful sandals,
and the bags I see lately,
exactly, that he produces, right? What it will mean is that at current levels, he will sell at a certain price.
Yes.
But those price levels will be prohibitive to some people.
True.
But if public policy drives consumption to a rate where, say, for instance, one in every 2 Ghanaian, is that correct expression?
Yeah, that is. One every 2 Ghanaians.
Ghanaians, yes, you add an S, yes. Is consuming that product. What it will mean is that price levels can go down, because he can rely now on the scale at which people are consuming his products to say that, okay, I'll become more efficient, I'll become more competitive, I would, support, the people who are supporting me with prices that are lower, but which are not at my detriment, or not detrimental to me. You understand? That is how it operates economically. But where you have government policy inconsistent with boosting local production, where government policy favors companies that are importing things into the country, and so people find better use for their resources in buying these imports. People think that, okay, it is better to buy something manufactured in China, but with an Italian label on it, right? And they are selling those things at cutthroat prices, but believe that is top quality, so let's go for it. This our good man who is producing caveman watches, right?
Yes.
People will say that, when a watch is from Switzerland, we believe it's of better quality. But the feedback we get from what the young man is producing here in Ghana is that his quality is comparable to what you find elsewhere. So, in fact, why don't we have a lot more people using caveman watches, right? Why don't we have people who are on the screens, people who are, opinion leaders, the people who are on Instagram,
who set the trends and
exactly, so that we drive appetite. And also, why is government policy not helping him to scale up so that a lot more people can afford that quality? So, to a large extent, yes, I buy into your argument that scaling up is the way to go. But the problem is often the policy dissonance that Imani normally complains about. That we say we are encouraging locals to do something. Meanwhile, we are undermining the same, initiative with how tax levels or tariff levels are, and which go a long way to encourage other people to import things into the country. I think the initiative must continue. We must continue to insist that, look, there's nothing wrong about being Ghanaian. The first time I wore, but myself and OJ, those days the policy was strictly, you should come with suit, tie, those things, anytime you are walking around, you should wear tie. So myself and OJ, we went to the door. We will like Mama Tale. We went and brought.
Why do you even call him Mama Tale anyway?
His mother's cloth, mother, So we brought him when I smoke, Charlie. It even became a whole matter. And the smoke, the Gonja one, they do story, they smell, There are some very difficult smell be like that. So the HR, Papa Sam, they were chasing us all over. But we too, we say we love the tea. We face possible expulsions. But ultimately, it came to be accepted. If you are in your Mama Tale, you are in your Ghanaian, it's not a problem. It's a beautiful thing. And our work ethics haven't suffered merely because we are looking Ghanaian. No. You go to some other countries, the appearance alone will tell you where you are. You understand? So I think that the project This is Ghana, the exhibition that we are doing, is a way to encourage, deepen local consumption. If appetite for these things go up, then what it means that a lot more people will use their, disposable incomes on them. That would drive, expertise, that would encourage people to innovate, and that would ensure that we build local capacity to be able to provide enough to feed ourselves,
because
to clothe ourselves.
Why on earth will someone see me and say, "Hey, Caleb, I heard you came from Dubai. Where's my chocolate?" I'm like, but do they grow cocoa in that island?
No.
In that desert? They don't grow cocoa there.
They are less likely at growing cocoa.
But the expectation from the Ghanaian consumer is that, once you've been there, their chocolate will taste better than the one. I'm like, no, but we grow the cocoa here. We will have the best of the cocoa beans. And if we are going to do chocolate, if you are looking for chocolate, you should ask me for chocolate made in Ghana. Because when you step out of this country, people are looking forward to chocolate made here. Because ours has more of the cocoa content than theirs will. But for some reason, our minds still tell us that once it's not from Ghana and some chocolate from somewhere else, it's going to taste better. Sky.
Yes.
We need to do some re-engineering on our mindset.
So talking about the chocolate thing. So anytime going to Oxford, my class, I would buy some packs of our locally made chocolate.
Right.
And then when I go, my colleagues are almost always looking up. And I look up to that. Looking forward to it. And when I give it to them, we are all in the class. They say, they're excited.
This will be a kebi.
I'm telling you. And there have been people who told me that they are willing to import these things from our country and sell on our shelves. And I have received photographs of colleagues all the way in Guam right? Guam.
Where is
It's somewhere, one of the American control spaces in the Caribbean.
Is that an island?
Yes, sort of. It's an island. Yeah.
Guam.
Yeah. And photographs displaying it in his workspace because he's collected a number of them. He shared some because you can break it into they're sort of in pellets and all.
Yeah,
of
cubicles.
Cubicles. So yeah, and
bars.
Exactly, bars. And saying that, look, this is your product
Yes.
and it is in my country.
Yes.
Through that, she previously not unaware of who a Ghanaian is, the country known as Ghana and all of that. But Ghanaian products have brought her closer
to the nation.
So what I'm saying is that if we master local expertise, we standardize it, it becomes globally competitive.
Sure.
That is how we can also export the brand Ghana. Because there are things that you consume, you've never been to those countries.
At all.
But yet you believe that what you're consuming is of the right quality.
Sure.
And you know of that country, you know the capital of the country, you know what the people are made of, you know what drives them.
Yeah.
They are exporting their culture to us. Meanwhile, we've never been there.
Yeah.
It is the same thing we can do. Look at what football has been able to do for us.
Absolutely.
You pass places, there are times I go through immigration.
Yeah.
Richard, Exactly.
Yeah.
If we...
So these are even organic attempts.
Exactly.
The football and
Yes.
the cocoa.
Yes.
But the gap is how we are selling ourselves
Very
to
important.
the rest of the world.
Very, very important.
From that national level.
Extremely important.
So that is why you should register for This Is Ghana.
No, bring your made in Ghana produce. Bring your made in Ghana service. Whether you are providing service in the education sector, in the finance sector, in agribusiness, whatever it is, whether it's a tangible thing we can feel and touch, like what I'm wearing, shoes made in Ghana, whatever it is, bring it to This Is Ghana, Saturday 6th. Sunday 7th September 2025. Time is 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. And the venue is the Ifwa Sutherland Children's Park. 0205-973-973. Please call this number and register. We want to buy Made in Ghana. We are ready. We are restless. We want to promote Made in Ghana. We want to enjoy Made in Ghana. So whatever you are doing here that is proudly made here, please bring it along. Let us show it to the rest of the world.
There's a message that has come in,
Please,
and I'm really thinking about how difficult or easy it will be to actually prosecute this agenda. So the person says, this is coming in from Andy, who says, Sky, it's 80 times easier to secure a loan to import finished products into Ghana and sell than to secure a loan to produce the same in Ghana. Nothing aligns properly in Ghana. Now let that sink in. Let that sink in.
Because yesterday on a panel discussion, on a panel I moderated yesterday, there was a rep from the Ministry of Trade, Agribusiness, and the other name there, and he was talking about the fact that during the 1D, 1F, an Indian company came around, went to secure a facility at a interest rate of 0.5, came to establish something within our space. And you have Ghanaians competing, and the cost of finance, your loan is like 35%. So if someone has a facility with an interest rate of 0.5% and you are competing with the person, your interest rate is 35%, how are you going to compete meaningfully with such a person?
You are out of competition even before the competition started.
Before they say technical knockouts, they have finished you. So we need our leaders to also re-engineer the space to make it
of the economy.
Restructure it so that it's easier for people to thrive producing, easier for people to thrive, putting things together here.
Yeah, I mean, that's why much earlier today I was talking to our lead producer, Fred, about, I think there was a policy announcement made by the president all the way in Japan that they are looking at reviewing or removing the minimum capital requirement for foreigners to invest in the country. Now, I hope that the reportage is accurate. Because I remember that when the matter was raised during the tenure of the Honorable Amadou Sorogo as chairman of the Trade Committee, and I think it must have been Mills 1, the Mills administration, we wanted to ensure that if people were coming to invest locally, they will not use their investments to price the locals out of those spaces. He brings it to Ghana, favorable terms. He will certainly
outcompete
the Ghanaian people who go to the Ecobanks of this world, GCBs of this world, the Unibanks, all these banks, in order to secure loans that are almost always somewhat higher in terms of the rates they charge. So I hope that government, in wanting to tweak the policy, is backing the same with some hard facts. Some solid research that says that, look, if we do it this way, it will serve the Ghanaian interest. Because majority of the times, we seem to be thinking about people out there instead of thinking about our people and calibrating policies in a way as to drive their creativity that would ensure that they become the masters of their own space and are able to supply the needs of the Ghanaian people. If we continue on this path, we'll continue to export jobs.
And for me, the fear is that we may end up crowding out indigenous Ghanaian businesses. Okay, the message you read is so profound. It's as though, and almost every SME, Ghanaian SME will testify to this, that it's almost as if you're being punished by trying to do business in this country. The structure of the economy favors imports. Okay, that's one thing. Regulation, policy, taxation. Local businesses struggle to even get tax breaks as compared to foreign businesses, and that's a challenge. And so my concern with this revision of the GIPC Act is that you're going to dilute the economy. That's the threat for me, dilution of the economy, crowding out indigenous businesses. And where would we have gone after 60 plus years?
If I may, let me just read a story so that it puts everything in context. So this is Graphic Online. Mahama announces removal of foreign investor minimum capital requirements under revised GIPC Act. The story says President John Dramani Mahama has announced that the government will remove minimum capital requirements for foreign investors under revised Ghana Investment Promotion Center Act. Speaking at the Ghana Presidential Investment Forum on the sidelines of the 9th Tokyo International Conference on African Development in Yokohama, Japan on Tuesday, August 19, 2025. President Mahama said the amendment is aimed at making Ghana more attractive to investors of varying sizes. There's a quote here that says, in the reviewed Ghana Investment Promotion Center Act, we are removing those minimum capital investments. This will enable any investor, however little money you have, $100,000 $50,000 to be able to come in and set up a business in Ghana, the president stated. Now, under the existing law, foreign investors are required to meet a minimum equity contribution before setting up businesses, with higher threshold for wholly foreign-owned enterprises and trading companies. Now, the president said the reform would ease entry barriers and open the way for small and medium-scale investors to operate in Ghana. Now, the announcement comes as Ghana works to strengthen trade and investment links with Japan. Now, President Mahama noted that more than $152 million in Japanese investment has been recorded in recent decades, with firms such as Toyota and Honda already assembling vehicles in Ghana for local and regional markets. Now, he added that the review of the GIPC Act forms part of a broader investment drive by government, which also includes the 24-hour economy policy and a $10 billion infrastructure program to support industrialization, agro-processing, and exports. That's where the story ends. So,
and yesterday I was at a business training event, and a lot of and these are SMEs, okay, Ghanaian SMEs, young men and women doing fantastic things in different industries, from farming to food processing, etc., to furniture. And for them, they found this announcement difficult because of the concern you raise about competition.
Correct.
That's an easy access into the industry. But we are not saying that foreigners should not come into the industry. We welcome them by all means, but it should not be done in a way that will crowd out the locals.
Sure.
Okay. And the flip side of that argument, which somebody just messaged me, is that if they don't reduce, if the government doesn't reduce the minimum capital requirements for foreigners to set up businesses, then they will use Ghanaians to front and make it appear as though it were
It's
Ghanaian business,
owned.
but the beneficial owners will be foreigners. So it's a difficult one, but I think that we need to find a way to make it easier, okay, to create an easier climate for Ghanaian businesses.
Also, are we targeting specific areas where, for example, Ghanaians may not have the expertise? If we are lowering the standards for them, but if you need anything 50,000, 100,000 to do, is it such a unique specialty that Ghanaians cannot compete in?
Well, that's an issue. That's a question that the minister responsible for trade would have to be answering. And I hope that this whole move to disturb the existing superstructure would be subjected to some serious public scrutiny. We want to hear local artisans. We want to hear local
industry.
Exactly. Because honestly, it was a big deal when they were making the amendment to introduce it, because we were concerned about how foreigners were invading our space, and I'm using the word in a very friendly way. That's right. And crowding out, as you said, local investors and all of that. To tackle your issue about people fronting for others. Look, I believe that even if that were the case, you will not be able to repatriate your earnings here in Ghana because you are Ghanaian. You understand? If you are fronting for somebody, there should be a basis on which you say that you want to send $2 million at the end of the year to, say, Japan or to China, right? If you are not going to buy or procure intermediate goods or finished goods, as the case may be, in order to come and support your business here, then there will be no basis for requesting forex in order to send out of the country. But where you have a foreigner, right, investing in our space, we can properly target and know that, okay, this person is a foreigner, right? So he is repatriating his earnings. Do you understand the point I'm making? Then you can identify properly. So yes, let's force them to use Ghanaians as people who are fronting. But what that does is that it keeps the resources here. Because as a Ghanaian, why would you want to send $2 million outside of the country if you are not going to do anything useful with it? So I think that we need better debate. We need cold hard facts to support why the government believes there should be that shift, because it's been 12 13 or 14 years since we introduced the change, and I'm not sure whether there's been any proper research that will support the need to disturb this particular area.
And just to add, we must engage Ghanaian industries about this, because they are doing business here. They have concerns. There's the potential for them to grow, and the competition that will come in should not crowd them out. We must also encourage investment from within, Ghanaian investment, and I believe the GIPC should also consider that.
Yes, because Kakra is investing in the country.
Tekura.
We're investing in the country. Better engagement is very important, because look, we've had resources that other nations have used to turn their outcomes around. You visit other countries that have just one of the plethora of resources we have. You see how they have been able to use one resource to transform their nation and scale up to another level where they are now depending on different things to thrive. And we are all moving there. And you ask yourself, okay, so out of the myriad of resources that we have, out of the multiplicity of resources that we have, what can we say our gold, for example, has done for the people, even if it's not cutting across the country, where it's most resource rich or where it's most abundant? What signs are there to show that there is some oil underneath, some mineral underneath this space that can transform their lives? It's such a searching question. I tell you what, they call something gold souk. It's like a gold market.
And this is in Dubai.
Yes. So take the size of Tudu, add Mokola to it, add Okaishi, Rolling Spark, Agbogloshi, Kokumbaya Market. Put all that together, and that's the gold souk.
It's a vast,
massive. But don't picture it the way our city, our CBD is so disorganized. Well organized, properly structured. You can leave your phone and come back to pick it because everywhere is secure. And every shop you go to, one after the other, is pure gold. You know, it's a crime to sell adulterated anything there that is not pure gold. It must be gold. Yeah. Jewelry. Look, I saw some ring. No, the thing enter my. I wanted to buy for you, you know, for fashion.
I wanted to buy for somebody else.
No, like
to
begin
a promise of a future.
No, everything,
together.
you know. I wanted to. I saw you. It was Charlie. No, why are you doing this? why are you doing that? No, like, Sky, they tell me the price of the thing. I took 4 steps back. I converted the thing to dollar, change it to Ghana City. I say no. I look the guy again. I like, look, I'm from Gold Coast, so my country. We have so much gold. It used to be called Gold Coast. He just laugh at me. And the point is that many of us are from Ghana, used to be Gold Coast. And those who are even very, very close to the mining areas, who can hear the mining go on when they sleep, they can't even say what that resource has done for their communities, except that the excavators that are, moving through the environment are destroying their roads.
The blasting of rocks.
And the release of chemicals into their water bodies, destroying the water, destroying aquaculture. And then the teenagers then getting in the hands of, some of these
exploitative human
beings. I ask myself, so have we not had oil? Yes, we've had.
Yes.
Have we not had gold? We've had. Have we not had diamond, bauxite, and all those things? What do we have to show? What salt alone is what a lot of people are using to change the fortunes of their economies. So what's our trouble? What's our problem? Even water. This morning, the newspaper review, the member of parliament for Efutu and the minority leader was making an appeal for water for some of his residents in some communities within his constituency. But we have fresh water bodies here. We have the largest man-made lake here. We have rivers. What are we doing with them? We're just polluting them. Meanwhile, it rains unannounced in this country almost every other time. And what the rains do is to flood our cities, carry innocent people away because we've not planned. We are not harnessing the rains.
So for instance, this gold policy that we have,
the gold board,
people are criticizing it, people are supporting it. The jury is still very much out there. But when I was growing up, we used to have a lot of blacksmiths around, right, who were doing a lot of the wedding rings that the locals were using. And fushinge, so you are pregnant, you use a particular type of ring, those days. I don't, fushinge, I don't know, these days you don't see a lot of that. And, your mother would go to the blacksmith to do the chain for her, and then also the bracelets and all of these things that they were using.
So such craftsmanship.
Such craftsmanship. You see, these days, when people want to do their weddings, what you normally find is those of them who can afford it, and it would seem that a lot more people are able to afford it, are making trips to Dubai, the place that you spoke about, to buy their rings.
Gold souk.
Exactly. Of course, that's not to say that we don't have local alternatives. But imagine a Ghana where every ornament that is used at these ceremonies, we are able to produce locally.
We are the leading producer of gold in Africa.
That's the point I'm making.
Number 6 in the whole world.
That's the point I'm making.
And we are traveling to a place where there is no ore of gold in their soil.
Look, go to the UK. Go to the Stratford, jewelry shops of this world. You will find that many Ghanaians are there to buy in commercial quantities and bring them to Ghana. Right? The question is, we have had tech since when? The Nkrumah years, right? They produce people in the space of industrial jewelry and related matters, which means that it is possible for us to do these things locally. The question is, what are the impediments in the way of local excellence? You understand? I have a good friend of mine, it's, Sue, who has Sue Shimas, I think that's a company, produces one of the finest, jewelries that you can find in Ghana, right? The question is, why is it that we are not able to create, like you said, our own gold jewelry market? So, for instance, you go to Obuasi. One of the attractions that foreigners should be that when they land in Ghana, they have huge appetite to go to Obuasi, because when they go there, they will see the size of market you were talking about there. The locals would have been given the opportunity to produce these things, top quality, right? They go there, they buy these things and send back to their countries as souvenirs, things that you will use in a meaningful way. They say that I bought this in Ghana. Through that, then we are able to correctly, empower our people out of poverty. But it would seem that, every time is about how to buy the gold and how to sell it, how to get some forex, and then, support the economy. And then the argument is, we have been able to better manage our forex and foreign reserves.
Very simplistic.
I mean,
no transformation.
The very ticket items. Those are, and when you do that, then you are able to even encourage the people who are into galamsey and related matters that look
to go into value addition.
Exactly.
Value addition.
So that we export these things. In fact, when you go to Dubai, then you must be going there to buy Ghanaian quality, which is global in its true essence. But it will
you have to read that message again.
Let it enter you.
It enter me. See, because the Ghanaian entrepreneur, is competing with somebody who says, a Ghanaian entrepreneur in, let's say, shoe business, he has to import leather, he has to pay VAT, he has to pay SNET, he has to pay utilities, taxes, and price at what? Price a shoe at 500 Ghana cedis. He's competing with somebody who is importing shoes from China. Whatever cost.
You forgot to add the interest rates you'll be paying.
The interest rates for his loans.
30% plus.
So let's say the shoe is 1,000 Ghana cedis. Let's say you are competing with somebody who brings the shoes in from China, clears the goods from the ports, and can sell the shoe for what? 250 Ghana cedis.
Scale. He's bringing 20,000 pieces.
He's got the volumes. People will pay for the cheaper alternative. How is this business supposed to grow? How?
No. Something must be done.
This is Ghana.
And it will be better. We're pushing the interest of Ghana. This is Ghana Exhibition 2025, inspired by yours truly, Channel 1 TV. Telling your story, empowering your world. And Citi FM, relevant radio always. Proudly sponsored by MTN EcoBank. Side hustle by EK Brand Consult. Ghana Enterprises Agency, Ghana Export Promotion Authority, and the Ghana Exim Bank, supported by Trillium Industrial Company Limited and Built Financial Technologies. It's happening from the 6th to the 7th of September 2025, 10 a.m. to 5 p.m. daily. Bring the kids, let's introduce them to Ghanaian innovations. It's happening at the 4th Sutherland Children's Park. Bring money, come and buy Made in Ghana. Come and support Made in Ghana. That's how we build the nation. That's how we move the economy. And here's to the football fans who are ready for the ultimate match between Manchester City and Spurs. EPL is here, and there is no better place to catch all the action than at the Achimota Mall. It's happening on Saturday, 23rd August. Come and experience the thrill of live football with fellow fans as Manchester City battle Spurs in a showdown for glory. Big screen, epic atmosphere, predict and win giveaways, electric football action. It's all going down at the Achimota Mall food court. Guess what? It's absolutely free. Bring your jerseys, bring your squad, and bring the energy. Kickoff is at 11:30 a.m. But the excitement starts very early with a lot of pre-match vibes. Achimota Retail Center vibes and kwa. Don't miss it. And listen, the Mobile Money Festival train dubbed Momo Fest 2025 is hitting Osu Homo Festival. Join us for a shopping and musical experience from your favorite vendors and artists. Friday 29th to Saturday 30th of August 2025 at Osu. Come and experience cashless market with over 50 top-tier vendors in the crowd, up to 20% discount on goods and services on sale, a chance to win up to 10,000 Ghana cedis in Momo Keteke Game Showdown. There'll be education and awareness of Momo fraud, amazing performances from your favorite artists as well. All you need to do to be a part of this amazing fanfare is the all-new Momo app. Yes, the Momo app. Download it now. Get a free pass to the event. Bring the kids. There'll be something for them. From 29th Friday, August to 30th. That's when it's happening. Momo Fest, inspired by Momo from MTN, proudly sponsored by MTN Business and IO Insurance.
Yes, Caleb, and when you buy anything, it has to be the very best.
Sure.
Diamond 42.5R grade cement is the highest quality cement on the Ghanaian market. Since the year 2000, Diamond has put smiles on the faces of homeowners, block makers, and supported numerous constructions with their high quality brand that's rated green by the Environmental Protection Agency. Now we have the affordable 32.5 grade, which means there's a good deal for everyone. Well, anyone who wishes to buy Diamond Cement should deal with the company directly. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takoradi and Bupe. You can call 0244 313 368. or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond cement, still as hard as a diamond.
Yeah, and I meant to use the word goldsmith, not goldsmith.
Sure.
Yeah, thanks. Let's not drill my attention.
Well noted.
Well noted. The National Information Technology Agency, NITA, the National ICT Regulator, an agency under the Ministry of Communication, Digital Technology and Innovations, brings you this year National ICT Week. The theme, Ghana as Africa's Digital Trade Hub, Innovation Policy and Partnership for the Future. The venue is the Accra International Conference Center, AICC, and it's from Monday 25th to Thursday 28th August 2025 from 9 a.m. to 3:30 p.m. each day. Right. This event brings you a lineup of impactful discussions, exhibitions, and engagements that highlight Ghana's leadership in digital on the continent. Join us as we connect with policymakers, industry leaders, innovators, and the public, all working together to shape the future of digital trade in Africa.
Very important. The chilly season is here. We all know what that means. The risk of waterborne diseases like typhoid and cholera goes up. Keeping your family and yourself safe and hydrated with clean, safe drinking water is more important than ever. Use Jibu purified water every day for drinking, cooking. Prepare your beverages without breaking your bank. It's safe, refreshing, and affordable. From 15th July to 3rd August. Jibu has run a special bottle promotion. I hope you're a part, because you would have had a durable 20 if you bought a durable 20-liter bottle at a heavily discounted price. It just went for 100 Ghana cedis. Then you stood a chance of winning a free aluminium bottle, which is ideal for school, office, on the go, etc., etc. Well, grab Jibu now. Go to an outlet near you. For enquiries, www.jibuco.com/gh 0209-845-817. T&C supply. Jibu is a better life.
Now this Jibu thing, Caleb, I'm interested in.
Yeah, I will give you a number.
Please do.
I will connect you.
Please do.
So that they sort you out.
So that I will also be Jibu.
You understand? So you live
anyway,
a better
Caleb,
life.
Exactly.
Yeah,
do you want a British degree at a fraction of the cost? Well, looking for a vibrant student experience in a community that builds your confidence and equips you with real-world employability skills. Enjoy all these and more with scholarships available to support your academic journey at Lancaster University, Ghana. Be taught by expert faculty trained to UK standards right here on our campus in Ghana. Sure. You can visit www.lancaster.edu.gh or send an email to admissions@lancaster.edu.gh. You can also call 0248-656-274. Lancaster University, Ghana, the only British university campus in West Africa.
Absolutely. We'll take a very quick break. We have your messages. When we're back, we'll bring you all of that and so much more. Stay.
The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
Hello, everyone. Prices continue to drop at Electroland Ghana Limited. CDA Picky promotion on Samsung, TCL, Media, and NASCO Electronics. Get a NASCO 24-inch LED flat for $899 Ghana cedis. Starting from 2,999 Ghana cedis, you can get 6 kg NASCO washing machine plus a free gas stove. And the Media Inverter 1.5 HP R410 Unicool split comes with a free blender. And when you purchase 65, 75, and 85 TCL QD Mini LED 4K TVs, you will get a free TCL FHD Smart Android TV. Now buy a Samsung 578, 582, and 636-liter side-by-side refrigerators and walk away with free microwave grill. Go to our showrooms and dealer stores across Ghana now. Call 050-315-9739 or www.electrolandgh.com for inquiries.
Charlie, parenting is no joke, so let's make it a little easier. The DC Back to School Discount Fair is bringing all the top suppliers of school items under one roof on the 29th, 30th, and 31st of August at the former Dansman Melcom behind Dansman Post Office. From 9 a.m. each day, you can get school bags, kids' shoes, books, electronics, stationery, water bottles, and everything your child needs at huge discounts of up to 50%. Yes, side attractions for kids include bouncy castles, cotton candy, popcorn, ice cream, and more. The DC Back to School Discount Fair is proudly sponsored by EcoBank and Enterprise Life with media support from Citi FM, Kantanka TV, and Springboard Studios. Call 026-222-0042 for details.
Hey, so what goes into building quality structures? I mean, literally, what goes into it? Wujaf, you don't want to be sitting here somewhere worrying whether or not you did a really good job. It's a very simple equation. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, massa, forget it. Don't start cry. Menye, diamond cement has been providing builders, block makers, and construction companies that peace of mind for years. Diamond cement is 42.5 R grade cement. Unbeatable quality made right here in Ghana. And because we have your pocket in mind, we provide 32.5 R grade so that everybody getting on. No long talk, Jack. If there's no diamond cement in the mix, don't start. Locate Diamond Cement Ghana Limited nationwide with factories in Aflao, Takrade, and Buipe, or call 0244-313-368 or 0540-111-978 or 0202-021-175. Diamond Cement, still as hard as a diamond.
If you know these sounds, you didn't just live through the 90s. You lived the experience. Back then, connection took minutes. Today, it takes a blink. You express yourself with memes. You hold video calls across continents. You say hey to an AI who responds,
"Hello, Kwame."
You order rides, dinner, and dreams all from the palm of your hand. A lot has changed, so have we. For over 3 decades, EcoBank has evolved with you, leading digital banking in Ghana and across 33 African countries, pioneering solutions built around how you live, move, and dream today. From our express points to EcoBank Pay, online banking, and the mobile app, we are where you are. Here for today, ready for tomorrow. Now, that's change, powered by EcoBank.
EcoBank, a better way to bank your way. EcoBank, the Pan-African Bank.
Wherever you are, the game is nothing without you. It's on like never before this season. Every major league, every cup, every qualifier, the players, Kudus, Semenyo, Iñaki, the goals, the emotions, and the bragging rights. It's all on SuperSport, available on DSTV and GoTV. Get your DSTV decoder at 89 cedis and GoTV decoder at 399 cedis. DSTV, your home of entertainment. GoTV, love it. Join the conversation on the City Breakfast Show on Facebook at facebook.com/City97.3, Twitter at twitter.com/City973, and Instagram at instagram.com/City973 with the hashtag CityCBS.
It's 19 after 9 on the show. 97.3 City CBS. Your messages are in, but the parents, I have something for you. School fees, new uniform, new books, new shoes, new socks. The list goes on and on and on. So if you're a parent, it's not a funny matter. It's not a laughing matter at all. It's almost time for school, and I know you are not sleeping well, you know. You're having nightmares and all that. Well, the good news is that from 9 a.m. each day on the 29th, 30th, and 31st of August, the DC Back to School Discount Fair will be offering everything your child needs under one roof with discounts up to 50%. So swing by the DC Center, which is the former Dansoman Melcom behind the Dansoman Post Office, to get all your back to school essentials from Accra's finest vendors, all offering a very sweet discount. To spice it up, there will be bouncy castles, cotton candy, popcorn, ice cream, and more to keep the kids busy. This is more than a discount fair. It's a financial breather and a family treat in one. So call 026 222-0042 for further details. It's sponsored by EcoBank and Enterprise Life. The DC Back to School Discount Fair, designed for parents by parents. And from the stables of Image Bureau, April Communications, the National Theatre comes Wole Soyinka's legendary masterpiece, Death and the King's Horseman. Prepare to witness a lesson about the King's Horseman torn between a sacred tradition and worldly desire. 4 explosive days, 8 unforgettable shows from Saturday 23rd all the way to Sunday 31st of August. 2 shows each day at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day at the National Theatre. Tickets are selling for only 200 cedis standard, 300 cedis VIP. www.imagebureaugh.com. Dial star 714 star 46 hash. Call 055 1313134. Supported by CDFM Channel 1 TV, Knee Plants Car Rentals, and Ghana Tourism Authority. Sponsors are Stanbic Bank, the luckiest withdrawals and instant prizes at each show. Bill Savings and Loans proudly brought to you by MTN as well. Stay connected everywhere you go. Death and the King's Horseman. Don't just hear about it. Be part of history. Be present when the horseman rides. Let's bring you some messages now, Kakra, please.
Yes, and I'll start with one that was sent to me by a good friend and an ardent listener. He says the worst nightmare for Ghanaian SMEs is GRE and the corruption of its revenue staff who have weaponized the high levels and complicated system to extort from frustrated entrepreneurs to enrich themselves. What's the solution? The tax rate must be lowered and simplified. The average entrepreneur wants to do the right thing. They want to be tax compliant. But the higher the tax levels and the more complicated the computation system is, the less compliant entrepreneurs will become. The more corruption creeps in, and the less government will actually collect. When it comes to tax, charging less gives everyone more. And there are many more messages coming through. I don't understand for the life of me how we need someone else's hair in the form of wigs to look feminine. So this is about This is Ghana conversation. Yes. It's strictly a Western construct steeped in inferiority, couched as modernity. Hey, waka brofo. The very need to describe...
Let's take that line again.
It's strictly a Western construct steeped in inferiority, couched as modernity. But it's very apt. Now, he says that the very need to describe the nappy, kinky African hair as unkempt. The wigs are a billion-dollar industry that feeds Western companies. We've also fed into this mentality, enslaving ourselves. I tell people when I become president, which I will be in the future, this will be one of my statutes. It sounds superficial, but if you consider the implications we have of ourselves, it's not superficial at all. Okay, so here's Isaac from Sherman. He says, I think we as a country can do better to expand the hair and beauty sector. Most of the hair products used in Ghana are coming from foreign countries. Usually only packing is done in Ghana at an expensive price. The hair and beauty sector can be extended to the secondary schools where we can allow the ladies to braid their natural hair, not to cut them down all the time. which is compulsory. So that's Isaac. Here's another message. Good morning, Citi. What shows on our screens? Just look at how America and Europe have skillfully shaped themselves into the center of entertainment. You can't expect mere words to convince anyone. Change what we see on our screens and you'll be shocked at how quickly our tastes and preferences will change too. Kwesi is sending this from Kaswa Bojuase.
Yeah, I mean, especially the hosts of our programs. I mean, you know, the female hosts, what kind of hair do they use? Imagine if everybody tunes into television and that's what they see. The operas that we do locally, the movies that we do. I mean, all of these things, we've seen them consistently because someone sat down and decided deliberately this is how to drive, you know, a new form of colonization without being there present.
Exactly.
You understand? So use the power of movies to export our way of life. Let us restate the position that our way of life is the best. So let those people copy from us. And once they become, you know, addicted to our way of life, then we can expand our industries so that we can supply their new needs.
Yeah.
You understand?
Yeah.
That's how they've done it. So it would take deliberate policy
so that you're dependent on them.
Exactly, because if you
there's
don't
a whole psychology of communication and the internet, and there's business behind it. And that's why I think that we need to approach the Made in Ghana agenda with a capitalist mindset.
Because we're just consuming, not knowing that we are victims of a well-orchestrated plan.
Yeah. We don't look at it like that. We think that it is some form of empowerment. You are part of the status symbol. You have acquired it and you are seen in that light. I don't look at it that way because I have a certain consciousness which would sort of temper some of the appetite that you ordinarily have for some of these things.
Anyway, so some messages coming through. Caleb is missing Dubai already, but what he's saying is right. Tourism in UAE is affordable and meets international standard.
The hotel.
Here's another note that things imported from Togo are not necessarily made in Togo.
That's true.
They have a free port, and so it's cheaper importing from Europe, America through Togo. That goes to say that after the campaign, the economic framework must align. Sky, just say trousers and be free instead of pants. That's coming from Kojo. Thanks for the clarification. Okay, Caleb said it right. We are products of anti-self indoctrination. So we see everything about ourselves as bad, no matter the quality and packaging of the product. We still feel it's not good just because it's local. Even in religion, we see ours as evil and that of the colonizers as better. In marriage, we must add the Europeans to make it complete. We must add a white man's name to make our names complete. Even these days, we don't speak our own languages to our kids, our children. They are only intelligent if they are fluent in European language. Totally mentally enslaved. BB sent this from North K. Caleb,
on that note, before you read that, you read the other one. You see, when you go on what's the name, Netflix these days, and the other channels, right?
Yeah.
They are producing series and movies in their own,
their own language.
There's this one that I'm watching on what do you call it? One of these foreign channels. They're using the Hawaiian language. What you want to do, you go and if you like, they do the
subtitles.
The subtitles.
Right.
You understand?
But they are speaking their language.
They're speaking their language. The same way you see China consistently over a certain period of time, they exported their movies into our world and they use their language.
Now people are hooked on Korean series.
The Koreans are also doing it.
And they can even talk like the Korean people.
The Indians are also doing it. You see some effort in the Ashanti areas, but what are the other groups doing? And they are doing it so well that you find them on Netflix. Yeah. You find them on YouTube, you find them on all of these spaces.
Streaming platforms.
Exactly. They are exporting their language. So a person talking, is raised very
Speaking of which, I have to commend Jeffrey Norte and Madame Kalsum, who's now being made an ambassador. They do make a lot of skits purely in Ga with subtitles. Yeah. That's why living in if you
as I did
Okay, Caleb, as much as I agree with your argument on job creation, the young ones that we seek to create jobs for do not want to have anything to do with local products and brands. A young lady out of school wants to slay in quote on social media with bone straight hair, latest iPhone and everything foreign. Who should sacrifice for them to create the jobs for them? We have a very slavish mindset, and that's Kwesi Aqua from Sakumono. Good morning, CBS. It's sad how far we are disconnected from our heritage and source. Our minds have been so damaged, we don't even believe in ourselves as Ghanaians. Good morning, Caleb and team. I hope you're all doing good today. Please, a friend of mine once argued with me that Ghana doesn't produce chocolate, but I disagreed. Please, can you educate me on that? I'm Frederick from Domekwabinya.
Frederick, your friend is somewhere. Is that see what is going on?
Good morning, CBS team. They repatriate their money through crypto swaps and other illegal channels. This is Nee from, I think he's referring to the foreign businesses that use Ghanaians as fronts.
Yeah,
okay.
We need to check that space. It's good that the Bank of Ghana says that they're launching some policy in that direction and hope that it deals with it. But we need proper regulatory framework established.
So this is coming from Nee Aite in Dakuman. He says, good morning, Ghana. I think the problem being faced by investors in Ghana emanates from a culture we are having in our country. And this is every individual in business. Every individual and business wants to make abnormal profit. So we overprice our products, never ready to reduce prices, which scare a lot of customers away to these imported products. So we need change. We need to change that culture. Otherwise, if we block out the importers, customers will run out of this country. So that's Nee's message in there.
Rex Jemfi. I'll say ye. And if you're looking to buy land, a home, renovating, or looking to go smart with your current space, or you're a construction company trying to scale up with the latest digital solutions for creating the ultimate in luxury design for modern spaces, then don't miss the Graphic Greta Home Fair and Housing Dialogue. Accra Mall Food Court is the venue. 28th to 30th August 2025 is the date. 10 a.m. to 7 p.m. each day is the time. You get to meet top vendors in housing, construction, decor, landscaping, and digital home solutions all under one roof, ready to guide you and answer any questions you have. For more details, call 0548019572 or 022447. For details. Graphic Greta Home Fair and Housing Dialogue, powered by MTN everywhere you go. We'll take a very quick break. When we're back, we'll have a friend from the Office of the Registrar of Companies. They have some message for us on insolvency and liquidation. What is that? What do you need to know? How can you benefit from it? All of that coming up shortly.
This is the City Breakfast Show, the city's biggest conversation.
Ghana, get ready for a special taste of partnership and opportunity. On the 25th and 26th of August, the Pakistani rice producers delegation arrives in Ghana, bringing world-class rice and new trade possibilities. Join us at the Movenpick Hotel, meet the producers, explore business opportunities, and discover why Pakistan is a global leader in premium rice production. The Pakistani rice producers delegation visits 25th to 26th August, Accra. Let's grow together.
Always busy on the go. Tap the app, you're good to go. Big dreams, little time. There's a boat for you to ride. Every single time, yeah. While the errands will link up or more. Hop in a boat and get out and explore. There's a boat for you to ride, yeah. Make moves with boat.
Use code KEEPMOVING50 for 50% off your first 3 rides. Download the boat app now.
Make moves with boat.
Ebusuafo ehiem enuanum edwendwen sene wo beye maami eyi
mensa kan 15,000 Ghana cedis efi ayofo busumi bia metua 15 cedis pe mede ne nyina eboa ya maami eyi no
mensuma je 10,000 Ghana cedis every ayofo nchen medie 10 cedis na metua free me momo busumi bia
menko ade misika na amao ayofo ne se amfa
na se ye nyina na register ayo family cover no na wo kai last a wo de sika to wo momo so
asa check akrao
chese wontua wo ayo ntoboa no se wentua wo ayo family cover sika no busumi bia policy no enye adwuma enti hwese wo ni wadofo bambo no beye adwuma hwese sika be wo momo no so abri bia na wetumi etua busumi bia entem so pe ayo package a ebeboa wo nenya bambo pa kai se nhihye kakra da ho we ye nhihye free Salam Alliance Life Insurance Ghana Limited.
Ayo, because you care.
For you and your family.
I warned you, Election. The river which fills up before our eyes does not sweep us away in its flood.
From the stables of April Communications, the National Theatre and Image Bureau comes the pinnacle of African theatre.
No. My powers deserted me.
Child. It is what you brought to be.
Wala Shoinka's timeless classic, Death and the King's Horseman. Live at the National Theatre, Saturday 23rd, Sunday 24th, Saturday 30th, and Sunday 31st August at 4 p.m. and 8 p.m. each day. Tickets selling now for only 200 cedis standard and 300 cedis VIP at www.imagebureaugh.com or dial star 714 star 46 hash. Don't miss this epic tale of destiny and courage. Supported by New Plant Car Rentals, Ghana Tourism Authority, and Citi FM. Sponsors, Stanbic Bank, The Luckiest, Bull Savings and Loans, and proudly brought to you by
Burna Boy, Trevor Noah, Black Coffee, Chimamanda the writer, Febe Mugugu the fashion designer, and many more young African icons didn't get where they are by following mainstream paths. They did things differently. Say yes to doing things differently. Say yes to the creative person within you, the maker, innovator, entrepreneur. Chart a new path, learn new skills, globally recognized by the American Welding Society and Pearson's BTech. So whether in Ghana or abroad, you will shine. Say yes to DTI, a learning experience that is next level. Go to dtiafrica.com or call 054-169-3534.
Hot jobs!
Tired of HR headaches? Simplify your business with Hot Jobs Africa. As your one-stop HR shop, we handle recruitment, labor outsourcing, expatriate management, consultancy services, and corporate trainings. Plus, we offer staff basing and 100% staff support to boost productivity. Don't let HR hassles hold you back. Contact Hot Jobs Africa today. Call us on 030-3980-362. WhatsApp us on 020-433-6004 or email info@hotjobsafrica.org. Visit our website www.hotjobsafrica.org. Hot Jobs Africa. Think HR, think Hot Jobs.
Hot jobs!
This is the City Breakfast Show. The city's biggest conversation. The City Breakfast Show. Rise above the noise.
All right. Thanks for staying. Our friend from the Office of the Registrar of Companies is here. If you're on the verge of insolvency, how can the ORC help struggling businesses like yours to recover and get back on your feet? That's a conversation we want to have. But first of all, what's this liquidation thing all about? What are the processes involved? What options are available to you aside liquidation? We want to get into that. And guess who's in the studio? Assistant Chief Company Inspector. Hey, Inspector. He's responsible for Insolvency and Liquidation Services Division of the Office of the Registrar of Companies. Eric Yeboah is my guest this morning. Sir, good morning. You're welcome.
Good morning and thank you for having me.
What does it mean to be the Assistant Chief Company Inspector, Insolvency and Liquidation Services Division? You're a big man. No, your title is big. No, you're Inspector. Assistant Chief Company, what does that mean? What's your role like? What's your responsibility?
Well, so I assist the Chief Company Inspector when it comes to liquidation and insolvency matters. Yes.
So you go to companies and you do inspector work?
Yes, we do that from time to time.
Okay, let's get into this, the conversation, right? The role of Insolvency and Liquidation Services Division of the ORC. What does that mean? What does it all mean?
So basically what we do is we oversee liquidation and insolvency activities in the country. You know that when companies are born, right from the beginning, there may come a time where the company would have to go down. So when it gets to that point, that is the liquidation process. Our duty is to oversee the liquidation process. What we also do is we also register insolvency practitioners, and we also monitor their activities to ensure that they comply with the provisions of the law when carrying out their businesses.
Okay. You're speaking two big words this morning: insolvency practitioners, liquidation. So what's insolvency for those who don't know, liquidation for those who are hearing it for the first time?
So liquidation of a company generally means selling the assets of the company to pay off its debt.
Okay. Yes. So they've run into debts.
Exactly.
So they sell the assets in order to pay off the debts.
Exactly.
That means then they are closing down.
Exactly. Okay. That is what liquidation means.
And insolvency too. We heard a lot of it during the banking sector cleanup and all of that.
So a company is insolvent when its assets cannot pay its debt.
Oh, so even when you sell all the assets, the cars, the buildings, the machines, and even the human beings, it can't pay the debts that it
happens like that sometimes.
Wow, what leads to that sometimes?
Well, sometimes it could be as a result of the normal business. Sometimes things are not going on well for the company, and it may happen that they are owing so much they cannot pay. Sometimes too, you may have not the best of management, and it may run down the company, and it will require that the company is dissolved in order to pay off whatever debts they owe.
So if anyone has gotten to the stage where they have to liquidate, what are the processes involved?
Basically, there are two types of liquidations. We have the private liquidation and the official liquidation.
Right.
The private liquidation comes in where the company is solvent. So solvent would mean that the company can pay off its debt within a year.
Okay.
Yes. So what it will require is that the directors will swear an affidavit of solvency that they have conducted an inquiry into the affairs of the company, that the company can pay its debt within a year. So when they do that, then the shareholders can pass a special resolution to that effect, that the company be wound up by way of a private or voluntary liquidation. So they appoint their own liquidator who oversee the entire liquidation process. But in doing that, they are expected to file the affidavit of solvency, the special resolution with the Office of the Registrar of Companies. and then we will put it in the company's bulletin.
Okay.
That the company is going down.
So the private liquidation is when the entity is solvent and can pay off its debt within a year.
Exactly.
So then the shareholders will pass a resolution, appoint their own liquidator, but they must do all that while engage with the office of the Registrar of Companies.
That is
they must keep you informed.
That is correct.
Right. Okay. So the second one is what? The official
liquidation.
Liquidation.
Yes, that one comes in. It comes in where the company is insolvent. So when they realize that they cannot pay their debt within a year, then they are mandated to go under official liquidation. The Registrar of Companies can be appointed. And we have other insolvency practitioners who can also be appointed as official liquidators. And they also go through the same process of liquidating the company. And in that sense, too, they are also supposed to file all the necessary documentation with the ORC. We oversee the whole activity to its end.
Okay. So at all points, whether private or official liquidation, the ORC must always be involved at any instance.
Exactly.
And we are saying that the official liquidation is when the entity or company is insolvent after a year, cannot pay its debt within a year.
Sure.
Okay, sure. That's a good one. But then, so is liquidation the only option available to a company that is insolvent?
Definitely not. There are other provisions. There is one that we call a dissolution without fully winding up.
Okay.
Caleb, you would see that mostly people register companies with a dream or a vision, and unfortunately not all these dreams are materialized. So you would have people register so many companies and they are left on shelves and in their cupboards and so many years pass.
It doesn't take off.
It never comes into fruition. And the fact is, once you register a company, you are mandated by law to file your returns every year. So once you do not file, what you are doing is you are accumulating penalties.
Right.
As a matter of fact, for each day that you do not file your returns, a penalty applies. Exactly.
Wait, I say I'm starting a business.
Yes.
Caleb and Philip
Company Limited.
Yes. And we've come to register with you.
Exactly.
The business idea, we're expecting some money from an uncle.
Yes.
Uncle didn't bring the money.
Yes.
So we have put the thing in the fridge.
Yes.
But you're saying once we have registered with you, after every year we're supposed to file returns.
Exactly.
And when we miss that deadline, there will be a penalty on every other time.
Sure, there is.
Wow.
So what you need to do is, if you know that the company is dormant,
yes,
the company probably never even started operation,
yes,
what you have to do is to write to the registrar, and then you come under section 289 of Act 992 for the name of the company to be struck off the register. So once you do this, then we relieve you of all these, obligations of filing returns and all of that.
But you strike the name out of the register?
Yes, we strike the name of the register of companies.
I see.
So it's a very good one. Once you write to us, we publish it in the company's bulletin. We give 3 months that if anybody has a reason why the name should not be struck off, they should come up.
Okay.
So if after 3 months nobody comes up with any reason to the contrary, the registrar goes ahead and we strike off the name of the company.
So after that 3 months, someone else can use that name?
No, the law is that once it's struck off,
yes,
there is a period. Within 12 months, you can go to court to have it restored.
Okay.
Yes.
But after 12 months, it's
12 years, I mean.
12 years?
Yes.
Oh, that's a lot.
12 years.
12
yes,
years.
You can go to court and have the name put back in the register.
So that's what you call the dissolution without fully winding
up. So as we said that liquidation is selling assets to pay. This one, the company is dormant.
There is no
any assets to even sell. They are not owing anybody.
Okay.
So all we do is to publish it and then strike the name off, and then you are done.
Okay.
That is one of the options available.
Interesting.
There is also a very good one that we've had a new act.
Okay.
The Corporate Insolvency and Restructuring Act.
Corporate Insolvency and Restructuring Act.
Yes, it was passed in 2020, and the focus of that law is to help businesses to recover.
Okay.
So now we are talking about companies going down.
Yeah.
But you would agree with me that when companies go down, all that happens is that dreams are shattered. Legacies are lost, and, jobs are lost. And we need you to be employed. We need people working in the country. The visions of people to continue so that we can build Mother Ghana. So that is the outlook of the CIRA.
CIRA?
Yes, that is the Corporate Insolvency and Restructuring Act.
Okay,
you carry short as CIRA.
Right. Sounds like a lady's name. CIRA, Corporate Insolvency and Restructuring Act. So that's helping with recovery of businesses.
Exactly.
How does that work?
So what that does is that where a company is insolvent, or when you realize that it is becoming difficult for you to meet your obligations as they fall due, what you can do is to get an insolvency practitioner.
Okay.
And these insolvency practitioners, they are lawyers, accountant, chartered accountant, bankers who are well trained. And we have another agency, that is the CIRIP, the Chartered Institute of Restructuring and Insolvency Practitioners.
Chartered Institute of
Insolvency and Restructuring Practitioners.
I see.
So what they do, is to train these people, make them well vested in business recovery.
Right.
So what they do is they come in to help the company to recover.
Okay.
The good thing about administration is that when a company goes into administration, the rights of creditors are held at bay for a period. So when the company owes people, that is the most difficult part of the company's life. When they owe so much, they are struggling to be on their feet. Creditors are coming after them and all of that. So what administration does is it keeps all of them at bay.
Okay.
Just let's give the company some time to recover.
Breathing space.
Let's give it some breathing space to get its act together.
Okay.
And that is what administration does. So when the insolvency practitioner comes in, he helps the company to put together a plan, a restructuring plan.
Okay.
Lay it before directors, before the creditors. And once it is agreed and it goes in motion, then all creditors are held at bay. Sometimes it may even require that creditors even help with investment or finding investment elsewhere, or in an attempt to make sure that the company bounces back, the company is resuscitated.
Right.
Yes, so by doing that, we help the company to rather be on its feet.
Interesting. At what point do you engage restructuring inspector or official? Is it when you realize you're in trouble, or right from the get-go you should get someone you should talk to know more of these?
Okay, so Caleb, that they come in when you realize that your company is in trouble. The unfortunate thing is mostly you would see that maybe because they do not know about the existence of this provision, that business owners will wait and wallow so much in debts that probably the business may not be recoverable.
Right.
So when you realize that it is difficult for you to meet your obligations, you check your books and you realize that you are going down.
It's not booking.
Exactly. So that is the point that you need to get an insolvency practitioner on board, so that they help you put together a restructuring agreement, lay it before your creditors, and if they buy into it within that period of administration, you are protected. The business can go on. They will bring in whatever they need to do to ensure that the business bounces back. And when the restructuring period is over, the business is handed back over to you. And then you continue to operate and run your business.
Interesting education. Eric Yeboah, Assistant Chief Company Inspector, Insolvency and Liquidation Services Division. This morning we have learned that there is private, there is official liquidation, and that is private is when you can be solvent after a year, you're able to pay off your debts after a year, you engage your shareholders, and then you have to inform the ORC as well. The official liquidation is when you are insolvent, you cannot pay off your debts after a year, so you need to engage the ORC to you need to engage them. Now we've learned that liquidation is not the only way out. There is what we call the new Corporate Insolvency and Restructuring Act, CIRA. Interesting, CIRA. That's interesting. So where can we find some of these insolvency practitioners? Who do we talk to? Do we go to banks? Do we go to law firms? who do we talk to if we want an insolvency practitioner? Where can they be found?
Okay, so the insolvency practitioners are licensed and registered by the Office of the Registrar of Companies.
Okay.
So we maintain a register of insolvency practitioners in good standing.
Okay.
So when you contact the ORC, we are glad to help you get in contact with an insolvency practitioner. Also, as we mentioned, SERIP, which is also the agency training insolvency practitioners, can also help in this. And let me use your platform, to invite all registered insolvency practitioners that they should renew with the ORC, so that we
the insolvency practitioners must renew their agency.
Exactly.
Oh,
so
nice.
we must ensure that you are in good standing,
right?
To be able to deliver the service that we require you to deliver.
Just got a quick question from KKK to ask you whether NGOs too have to file returns as well.
Okay, yes, they do, because they are all companies, and it's a requirement for all companies to do that.
Great. Thank you. Your final words before you take leave of us, Eric Yeboah.
Okay, so my final words to the business community is that the CIRA is here to assist us. Unlike those days where all we look at is liquidation, we cancel the company, we dissolve the company, your dream is shattered, jobs are lost. Now we have the CIRA, which has also brought about business recovery. So please, we need to take advantage of that. Do not wait to get to a point where your business cannot be salvaged. Once you realize that things are not working well, please, you can contact the ORC. We'll be so glad to help you to ensure that your business bounces back.
Fantastic. The other option to liquidation you talk about, I was trying to remember, is that dissolution without fully winding up.
Yes.
That is where those who have started businesses that are on shelves can now engage you, so you strike out their names out of the register, things roll for 12 years, and their names can be,
Yes.
Yeah. It's been an interesting learning. Thank you for passing through. Eric Yeboah, Assistant Chief Company Inspector, Insolvency and Liquidation Services Division. You're a big one. Thank you for coming.
Thank you, Kylo.
Great. Sky, are you an insolvency practitioner?
Oh yeah, of course. I mean, that's my area of specialty. I mean,
are you?
Yeah, I'm actually.
Is Sky on the list?
No, but I'm not. I was doing it a lot in the UK.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's my area of specialty actually.
That's great.
Insolvency practitioner.
Yeah, insolvency, fraud, and economic crime.
Charlie, I need some liquid, those guys.
But the Ghana system's always. So when you enter the Ghana system, you for survive first. So if for properly, I will come so that you can probably put me on the list. Yeah, that's right. Oh yeah, it's important, so that we see what they happen for us. Because Charlie. So wait. Now I'm doing constitutional those things, because bread challenge.
Because you have to break bread.
The companies, they will complain to you. They have not paid service something challenge. Oh, sorry, but it will be.
the last guy.
It's been a very interesting week.
Yeah.
It's ended on a good note, I believe. But let's keep the registration, processes coming in, so that we can support Ghanaian initiatives.
0205973973 is the number. Bring all your made in Ghana products and services to the This is Ghana exhibition 2025.
Yep.
Let's make it happen.
Yes, when you call, no long talk.
Yes.
Do have a great weekend, people.
Sharp.
I love you so much.
There's a lady made in Ghana in the studio.
Araba Beni.
Yes.
Yeah, Shiba Araba Beni.
With news made in Ghana.
Yes, from Sweden. Yeah. Oh, yeah. You live. Yeah, okay. Yes. Yeah. One of them. Sweden something.
Sweden for you. Sorry.
All bang.
You want me to say something?
Me, what I like from Sweden is all bang.
Yeah. What's that then? Coming up, National Democratic Congress opens nomination for Tamale Central Parliamentary Primaries today, and dancehall